Right, we are live. Welcome everyone to this match of the South African Rainbow Cup. It is going to be between the Stormers and the Bulls. I tried to do the match between the Sharks and the Lions. Unfortunately, my Sky just didn't want to do it, unfortunately, since it was on a pop-up channel. But this one should be working well and truly, and I am extremely excited for this match. The Stormers coming off the close loss against the Sharks. The Bulls will be hoping that they will be able to continue that winning momentum as they were able to beat the Lions. But this is the North and South Derby, I believe, if I'm not wrong, and I am very excited for it. It is currently 4:10 a.m. here in New Zealand, but couldn't be missing this match, and I hope you guys are all excited for it as well. We are only around 5 minutes away from kickoff now between these two sides, and do let me know your score predictions for this match in the next few moments before this game gets underway. But two strong lineups, and I am extremely excited to see it happen. Like I said, 4:10 a.m., and I feel like you don't want to get up at 4 or I haven't actually gone to bed, though, I guess is a fair point, but you don't want to get up at this hour unless it is going to be a good match. So I'm hoping for a lot of tries, and I feel like if it's anything like we have been seeing throughout these Rainbow Cup South African games, I think it's going to be that because of the fact that the Sharks, they were able to get the win over the Lions, but it was a high-scoring one between those two sides, and I'm hoping for the same here. Maybe it will start at the same pace, which was a frantic one, and we will be in for a right treat. But yeah, hope you are all doing well. Let me know what time it is where you guys are as well. But they are showing the back line for the Bulls. They've got a lot of skilled individuals, including the likes of David Kriel, who is in the number 15 jersey, also Madosh Tambwe. And hopefully my pronunciations of some of these South African names will be all right. I am trying my best to be able to get them 100% spot on. But yeah, sometimes with a Kiwi accent, they just don't sound as good. But they are showing Stephen Kitsoff and also Mbanambi and also Maharbe. And they are the front row. I feel like I well and truly ruined that number 3's name. Mulharba, I believe, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, we are only a couple minutes away from kickoff, like I said. And they are showing Peter Steph de Toy. He didn't have the best match in the first one up against the Sharks. I feel like he wanted to be a little bit more kind of front and center in this one, leading from the front, because of the fact that the loose forwards in these matches we have seen have been key throughout this season so far. But yeah, we are just waiting for this one to get underway. They are showing Vilimza, who was able to score a try in the last week's match against the Sharks as well. And Edwil van der Merwe, I believe it is. He had a very good game last week as well. And the temperature, 18 degrees. It is currently 13 kilometers an hour, 77% humidity. And I feel like I would accept 18 degrees right now because it is a bit chilly here in New Zealand. We have reached into the winter stage, unfortunately, but it looks like a beautiful night there at Cape Town Stadium, which means we are only a couple minutes away from the kickoff. And we have also got in the chat from Pat Darko. He said boring. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not as good as the real commentators, it is fair to say. And yeah, there are other ways that you can watch these games other than on YouTube, of course. You have got the likes of Supersport, I believe it is, if I'm not wrong, in South Africa. Also, the likes of Rugby Pass, Sky Go, depending on what country you are in, and also Stan Sport, I believe, might have it as well, but KO do not. I have learnt from experience there. But they are showing the Bulls. They are wearing the white for this match. Morné Steyn in the number 10 jersey off the bench in the last match, they are saying, but he will be starting this one, and he will be hoping to have an impact early on in this match for his Bulls side. Yeah, this match, I feel, is going to be a high-scoring one. And I will get my scoreboard up as well at the moment. Of course, the score, Stormers 0, Bulls 0, because of the fact that this one hasn't kicked off yet. But they are showing Dwayne Vermeulen as well. He is going to have a big role to play in this match because of the fact he is in that number 8 jersey. And he will be hoping to be able to get possibly a try or two. We did see in the first match between the Stormers and the Sharks, there was one of the locks who were able to pick up a hat-trick in only about 6 minutes. And perhaps that is an option for one of these players in this one. But Stephen Kitsoff is going to be leading out his Stormers side. They will be hoping to pick up the win that they weren't quite able to get in the match last week. But they are also showing Marvin Orey. He had a good game last week up against the Sharks as well. And yeah, do let me know who you guys think will be the first person to score a try in this match, or more, maybe instead, which team is going to score the first try. My backing is probably going to be for the Stormers, and it is going to be for Limza is the man that I am backing to be able to score the first try. But at the moment, Kits off with a smile on his face. They are excited to be out there playing rugby once again, second week in a row in South Africa. And it's going to be even more exciting when we do get to see those teams from the Southern Hemisphere in South Africa moving north for the Pro 16. I believe it will be in a year's time or so. But they are showing Peter Steph the toy. Lot of pressure on that man to be able to have a good performance here. But only about 30 seconds away from kickoff, maybe less at this stage. The match officials for this one, Stuart Berry is going to be the referee. Jaco Piper, assistant referee. He was the man who was doing the main refereeing for the Stormers Sharks match that did happen last week. It has been kicked off though by the number 10 in this one, which in this one is Abner van Reenen. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly, and that's a big contact there straight away. And the Bulls have got this ball in hand. Now it is going to be fired back into the hands of the number 1. And we have got 30 people watching already. Thank you all very much for tuning in. I do appreciate you all being here. Now, some of these Bulls players' names, because of the fact that I didn't get a chance to be able to watch the Lions versus Bulls match, I don't actually know too many of them, I'll be honest, but I will be trying my best to keep you guys informed. And I also seem to have a cat who would like to come up at the moment, but that is taken there by Tumbway. Now it is going to be in the hands of Kitsoff, who has gone to ground. They have got the advantage as well. My cat is looking at me like, what are you doing at this hour of the morning? Why are you still awake? I will read the chat in a very short moment. But now they have lost the advantage. Now it is Ori who is hitting the ball up. Now it is going to be once again in the hands of the number 13, which is Dan du Plessis for this one. And they have made quite a few changes to their starting lineup at the moment for the Stormers as well. Kitsoff now having another run, and they have got another advantage here, the Stormers, and they will be able to make the most of it. Now it is going to be Masimla who does fire it now out into the hands of the number 11. He's got a bit of pace, and he is just outside of the 22 Zus. Once again, Masimla. My cat has decided that he will be coming up. He has been distracting me big time. Masimla once again into the hands of Mbonambi, who has in the ball up there. Masimla goes back. It's looking good in the back line here for the Stormers. Now it is going to be Sergio Peterson with the offload there to Dan du Plessis. Loses his foot in a little bit there. My cat is well and truly confused. They have lost the advantage. Masimla once again going into the hands of Totoy. Masimla going to Van Reenen now, who is hitting up the ball for the Stormers, only at this stage 10 meters out from the Bulls line. Now Masimla once again. My cat looks like he's about to attack me at this stage. But the Stormers, very good ball retention at this stage. Gets off. They've had about 15 phases in a row here, the Stormers. But straight over the ball there was the number 7, and he's going to win the penalty. And he does indeed. That is Heinrich Lowe, and he was able to win it for his Bulls side to relieve a bit of the pressure. But that was 2 minutes of flat-out attack from the Stormers there. Oh, okay. Kitsoff was almost going to. Yes, he has. He's used his captain's referral already. We have also got Dwan Rosenschnoon. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly. Has said, hey, we are from South Africa. We only have a Wi-Fi connection, so thanks. No worries, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do appreciate it. Like I mentioned a little bit earlier, I tried to do the match between the Lions and the Sharks, but unfortunately, yeah, my service provider just wouldn't let me watch the game, sadly. Good win for the Sharks as well. Bulls by 10 is Birdie's prediction. Morning, mate, as well. And it is currently 6:15 here in South Africa in Durban. And yeah, that is a nice time to be able to watch rugby. I feel like I would take that over 4:20 a.m. in the morning, of course. But this one was too good to miss, hopefully. But now they are looking at maybe, yeah, their captain's referaling already here, the Stormers. So I feel like the early pressure, maybe, are they going to be able to turn it into a penalty? Stephen Kitsoff, if he does get this wrong, he's lost it already. And we are only 2.5 minutes into this match as well. But the TMO is for a decision here. Masimla, it went into the hands of Van Reenen. What are they checking for here? And I think they are going back a little bit further. I'm not sure what they are checking for. Can't believe you're still awake. Yeah, at this stage, with the amount of rugby that's on, I feel like weekends, my sleep schedule just disappears. But yeah, I normally try and make up with it in the middle of the week as well. But Kitsoff at this stage. What are they checking for here? So they are saying it's right on the 22, is it? Who are they looking for? Masimla went to Bonambi. And then from there, They are trying to find it. They can't actually find what they are looking for at this stage. But it was some very good plays from Sergio Peterson. Then it went to Dan Duplessis. I think they're really going to have Kitsoff well and truly speak about where he wants it. Was the swinging arm of Dwayne Vermeulen was the tackler, but it was dipping the head of, it was Kitsoff. So I think, what are they going to say here? This is a big moment early on in this match. You're a legend, mate. As I said, Bertie, and I do appreciate that. And yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. I know that, some of my commentary may be a bit rough for this match against South Africa. Between South African sides, just because of the fact that my pronunciation normally slows me down and I normally have to look down a little bit to try and make sure I am pronouncing them right. But they are checking for the tackle on Kitsoff. Dwayne Vermeulen, the forearm or the upper arm actually does connect with the head a little bit there. So maybe that is what they are trying to check for. But the Stormers captain Kitsoff, they are saying that he wrapped his arm. So maybe that will be already the captain's challenge gone from Stephen Kitsoff in only 2.5 minutes early on in this match. Dwayne Vermeulen has no idea what they are checking for there. Right, it is going to be a penalty kick, so that won't be unsuccessful for him. That will mean that he does get to retain that captain's challenge, which will be a big moment in this match, because if you lose it this early in a match, like those later challenges can be crucial for you. We have seen it used throughout Super Rugby Aotearoa, and also Super Rugby AU, I believe, have been using it as well. We have got Heinrich has said, thank you so much. I'm in the hospital at the moment, hoping that the Bulls can win, and hopefully, for your sake as well, Heinrich, they will be able to get that win for you, buddy. But yeah, hopefully you do. Hopefully you will be all right, mate. Or are you in the hospital for something with yourself or a family member? But either way, I hope either they or you have a speedy recovery, mate. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. But now they are going to be taking on the 3 points here. Van Reenen has got something plugging a nose at the moment because of the fact that it's already bleeding. But he is going to be taking this 3 points on straight out in front, 3 minutes into this match. Can you perhaps share the screen, says Duan, Duan. Yeah, unfortunately, due to the licensing, I wish I could, but then they would take the live stream down pretty much straight away. I've seen streams where they have tried to do it and they lose their stream and they get banned from live streaming for 3 months. Like within only showing a footage, like a split second of footage as well. And I feel like, yeah, it's one of those ones that I wish I could, but then unfortunately, yeah, they would end up taking it down. But that is taken well by Willem Zadao. I might actually move my light just a little bit because of the reflection is shining right on the screen. Marvin Ori going into the hands of Kitsoff once again. Now it's going to be the flat ball from Masimla, goes to Bonambi, offloading it now back to Masimla. Now it's going to be Van Reenen, goes into the hands of the number 12, Pretorius. I believe it is Rikus Pretorius. He played well against the Sharks last week. Now it is going to be Bonambi once again, who has hit that one up. He has been busy throughout this one. The loose forwards. Not the loose forwards. That is going to be Dan Duplessis, though, getting tackled there. They are trying to counter 40 metres out now. The Stormers have still got this ball, though, and they are hoping to hang on to it. Kitsoff and also Bonambi have touched the ball both about 3 or 4 times throughout the opening 4 minutes of this match. But so far, the Bulls just can't get their hands on the ball. It's going to be a little kick in behind from Vilimza, and now it has gone into the hands of the Bulls. And he has cleared that one down the field. Vilimza once again going to be taking that one. Oh, slips over a little bit as well there for that man. Has kicked it downfield, though. Did take it outside of the 22, so this one can't find touch. Now it is going to be Tumbwe, I believe it was. High ball there from Mornay Stainer. Has gone very high as an awkward one, and it's bounced well and truly backwards, and it's found touch as well. Good kick in the end for it was Mornay Stain. And we have also got the fact that you are trying to pronounce the names is awesome as well, says Betty. Yeah, that's the thing. I love watching Southern Hemisphere rugby, and I try my best to learn as many of the players as I can. And I actually was talking with a South African about how to pronounce some of the names as well, just to make sure that I can make these live streams just that little bit better for you guys. So you know who I am talking about. But Bonambi now going into the hands of Marvin Ori, 5 back, now into the hands of the number 10. Van Reenen, good kick downfield. It is going to go into the hands of Tumbwe for the VODACOM Bulls, though. About 30 metres out from his own line, stepping around as well. Good tackle on him by Ori, though, straight in there. Was the number 8, which in this one is actually going to be Efan Ruiz. In the last match, I believe it was, if I'm not wrong, Willie Engelbeck. But then he ended up getting 2 yellow cards. So he has been put down to the bench for this one. Now it is going to be once again in the hands of Van Reenen. Has fired that one extremely high. And also someone who I remember who played in the last match. That was an awkward tackle there from Valimza, but he has got the job done. Now it is going to be 5 back. They're looking for just a little bit of position here in the number 12's hands, which for this one is Cornell Hendricks. And now number 9 for the Bulls fires it back into the hands of the number 1. And yeah, that's the thing. The Bulls names hopefully will roll off the tongue as well after a few minutes of this match. Mornay Stain now is kicking that one down the middle of the field. It's going to be taken there by Finn Rennan. He has been busy throughout this one. He's kicked it out on the full though, and that is not what he would have been wanting early on in this match, that is for sure. He is putting the hand up, apologising to the boys. We have got, thank you, I'm here for myself, says Hendrick. So yeah, hopefully you do have a speedy recovery, mate, with whatever it may be. We have also got Duan said, okay, thanks. Okay, thanks, mate, from Duan as well. Yeah, and that's the thing. I'd love to have the screen, like the game going on next to me. But yeah, they just kind of strike it down straight away. I've even had a live stream for a Super Rugby AU game. The live stream got taken down before it had even started. It was only scheduled, and it got a copyright strike. And that was hard work trying to get that taken off as well. Now they are starting. Yeah, the Bulls just got the ball just outside of the 22 now as well. And Krobala was the man who was tackled. Stain trying to go into the hands of one of the other Bulls players, but it did go straight down. So it is all right. Dwayne Vermeulen protecting the man on the ground there. Now it is going to be Papier going back into the hands almost of Hendricks. He did knock it on there, though, a little bit. And now it is going to be Kitsoff with the advantage as well. Now it is going to be, it was Sergil Peterson who has kicked that one back. Awkward bouncing one for Papier, who fires it back across now to the number 15, and he clears the lines of the Bulls. We have also got you doing a great job from Stephanie West. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. And yeah, I do like the fact that we have got a few new people in the chat. So if you are new, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel as well. We just did our Super Rugby Aotearoa final live stream. And it was a very successful one. I couldn't believe the amount of people that were there as well. Mate, the kick was missed as well, says Bertie. I wasn't watching that closely enough. How did he miss that one from only not too far out in front? I feel like I kind of gave it as a given. But whoever missed that kick, I assume it would have been Van Reenen, if I'm not wrong. Or is it Valimza who is doing the kicking? I feel like I was reading the chat. I was too impressed with how many people were tuning in. But at the moment, the score with the correction is 0-0 at the moment, going to the back there. Over the top, then it was knocked on by Maharba, sorry. And then he was able to unfortunately not regather it. So now it is going to be the scrum feed for the Bulls. We have also got in there, mate, want to do a shout out to G as well, says Leonardus Erasmus. So shout out to G. And yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. And we have also got in the chat, Mark Dunphy has said good evening from Zamuda. Hope you are well. I am indeed. It is currently 4:30 a.m. here in New Zealand, but I couldn't miss this game. Was looking like it was going to be a very exciting one. And we have also got George Erasmus. Need to see his reaction. So yeah, shout out to George. Thank you very much for tuning in. That's going to be the penalty to the Bulls at scrum time. So that will give them a little bit of early confidence. And like I said, they won their game against the Lions. They will be hoping to do the same up against the Stormers side, who only just missed out up against the Sharks. The last-minute try almost was able to be scored for the Stormers. That is a good kick downfield from Mornay Stain finding touch. And that is one player I feel like I know just enough about because of the fact he is a very talented man in that number 10 jersey. But yeah, unfortunately, front rows ended up going down there. And then from there, I think it was the penalty against it was a similar, I believe, who did get penalised there in the end. But it is going to be now the number 2, which in this one for the Bulls is going to be, this is a hard name to say, Johan Krobala. Krobala, hopefully I've said that pronounced correctly. But he has gone to the front there. Now it is going to be the number 6. One of the loose forwards is tackled hard by Peter Steftatoy, though. And he is trying to counter-ruck there. Has been shutted out of it, though. Now it is going to be Papier. Going off to Elric Lowe now. Once again, Papier goes to Dwayne Vermeulen. Having a good run there around the tackle of Bun. On the 22-metre line now. Dropping the head was Krobala. It was the man who did get tackled there. They've got the advantage too. They're the Bulls. They have got the penalty advantage, so they will be hoping that they can do something from here. Stain. It is now Hendrick with the ball over the top now. Oh, and it did go into the hands of David Krill, but unfortunately not quite able to get that grubber through. And now it is going back for the penalty, though, for the Bulls. And the big question is, will they take on the 3 here? And will they be able to get it over And we don't want too many penalties early on in this match because we have seen that there is the ability of having an early yellow card, and that is the last thing you want for your side. But of course, with the rules of the Pro 14 Rainbow Cup, if you get a yellow and you get another yellow, it is a red, but you are only off for that 20 minutes, and then you are allowed to have a replacement as well. And we have also got in there, thanks, mate, says Leonardus Erasmus, no problem at all. And we have got also Mark Dunphy, as said, really like your enthusiasm, keep it up. And I do thank you very much. That's the thing. I just love watching games of rugby from all around the world. And I think that is why, like, I just end up, even though it is 4:30 a.m., like, I'm hyped up for this match. I'm hoping it will be a very good one. It is going to be the penalty kick now. And it's going to be Mornay Stain who is going to be lining this one up. First kick of the match for that man. 12 minutes gone in this match so far. And if he can get this one over, we will be looking at Stormers 0. And the Bulls will move up to 3. Stain miss as well. No way, says Bertie. Surely that's not the case. Mornay Stain, normally cool, calm and collected. He's hooked it. And that means now he has got away to the left. So 2 kick opportunities, 1 for each side. And both of them have missed, which is interesting. I feel like these 2 kickers normally would be pretty consistent. But someone who I want to talk about as well, I need to remember the name because he was a very good player in the last match. The man in the number 10 jersey for the Stormers. I'm sure you guys will be able to help me out. But he was quite a young player, and he ended up with a knee injury, I believe it was, which looked pretty serious. And I can't think of the name, but he played pretty well while he was on the field. Tell you what, that's well taken there from Valimza. They are 45 out from their own line here. The Stormers kits off once again, having another run, running hard at the defence of the Bulls. And it was Masimla who was calling for it. Now it's going to be Van Reenen trying to find a bit of space out on the full. And we are going right back to where that one was kicked. Unfortunately for him, 2 in a row here that he has had go out on the full. We have also got Ru Nompunza. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly. Do let me know if I am pronouncing your names wrong as well, and I will try my best to get them right. I don't follow rugby, but I like the Stormers. They are a good side, the Stormers. And Stephen Kitsoff, he is looking like he's trying to lead from the front as that captain in this one. Already had a captain's challenge, and it was successful. Did lead to the chance at 3 points, but unfortunately for the Stormers, weren't quite able to take that chance. Possession at the moment, though, 67% for the Stormers, 79% territory. Crazy numbers so far for them. Now it is going to be Kitsoff trying to jump on that ball, but now it is going to be the man in the number 2 knocking it on, unfortunately for him. And they are going to be going back for the scrum once again. It was Krobela. I feel like he's going to have a good game purely because of the fact that I struggle to say his name. But he has been busy so far, but unfortunately knocking that one on there. 14 minutes in, still 0-0. Cade Vulhata, that is the one. And he played very well. I liked how he was playing. Looked like he did have a decent kicking ability as well when it came to kicking at goal. But then, yeah, that serious-looking knee injury, or it was a leg anyway. And, yeah, hopefully he is all right, although I haven't heard the report from when he was coming off the field. And I feel like he's younger than me, and he's already playing for the Stormers, so very impressive as well. But now it's going to be the scrum feed for the Stormers. Who is going to be getting the first try in this match of the South African Rainbow Cup? It's the second match of round 2 of the Cup. And that front row has gone down. Penalty now to the Stormers. And now the scrum is going as well. Everyone is still pushing, even though the whistle had gone. The Bulls wanted to keep on pushing, but unfortunately for them there, it meant that there was a penalty against them, and now they will be kicking for the corner, I would think, here, the Stormers. And, yeah, front row going down, unfortunately. That would have been Mornay Smith, I believe, on that far side, who is going up against Stephen Kitsoff, which isn't easy to do when you are in the situation of facing one of the best loose head props, if not the best in the world, in Stephen Kitsoff. He is 19, but bad injury, said Mark, as well. See, yeah, 2 years younger than me. And that's the thing. You hate to see players get injured in general, but when it's a young player as well, like that can shorten a career. And he looks like he's got a very good one ahead of him if he does end up recovering from that injury. Masimla now going into the hands of Malhaba, who is having a bit of a run, almost giving away the penalty. There was one of the Bulls players for getting in the wrong place. Kitsoff once again having a run. He's at about, it's going to be a penalty. And now, taking out the kneecaps. There was almost one of the forwards for the Bulls. This game has gone backwards and forths at the moment. Now it's been dropped. It's gone backwards. I'll try and explain what's going on. But at the moment, everyone's dropping the ball and everyone's doing it over. And now it is going to be in the hands of Tumbwe, who is having a step around, and he's going to keep on going, and Tumbwe is going to be scoring the first try of the match, and it's going to be the Bulls that score it in the 16th. And Madosh Tumbwe able to pick up the first try of this match, and that means now that the Bulls have got a 5-0 lead. But it was a great individual run from the man. Madosh Tumbwe was able to score the try. We'll quickly change the scoreboard. I'm backing the fact that maybe Mornay Stain will be able to get this one here. So I am going to put that down for a 7-0, but Tumbwe had to go 55. In the end, just got, tell you what, he sent Valimza the wrong way well and truly. Too much acceleration, too much toe off the step as well. And he was able to score the opening try of this match. Just the drop kick from Mornay Stain there. Does put it over though. So now the score is going to be 7-0 to the Bulls. But pretty much what happened there was a penalty for not rolling away against one of the Bulls players. From there, it was a quick tap taken by one of the, I believe it was actually Masimla. Then from there, he dropped the ball and it did get turned over. Then from there, they dropped the ball, got turned over. Then from there, the Stormers lost the ball again, went back into the hands of the Bulls. And then from there, Tumbwe did what he does best. They ran down the wing, cut inside and scored the try. Now it's going to be Mornay Smith inside of the 22, kicking this one into touch. And are they going to take it quickly? No. Valimza does decide not to catch that one. So 17 minutes in at the moment, and the score is 7-0 to the Bulls over the Stormers. And that's the thing. The Stormers had all of the possession, all the territory early on in this match, and now they are losing this match at this stage. But I feel like if they can continue that possession and territory, it is only a matter of time until they manage to score some points. We have got George Meyer in the chat. As said, I just got back from the night on the ruck as well. Hopefully it was a good one for you, mate. And you did, or you would have seen that the Crusaders were able to win the Super Rugby Aotearoa final. So that once again going back into the hands of Bonambi, who is hitting that ball up nicely for the Stormers. 40 metres out, now they're at the 50. And it is Van Reenen who has fired that one extremely high. And it has been taken beautifully there from Stravinho Jacobs. And now it is going to be David Creel down the wing trying to catch that ball. It's an awkward one, trying to keep that ball. And that's an awkward fall for the Stormers player in the number 10 jersey, Van Reenen. But in the end, or Van Reenen? Yes, it is, Abner Van Reenen. And now it is going to be, Willemse is actually down at the moment in the background, I think they just mentioned, which is not a good sign for the Stormers because he has been one of their keys throughout the season. Oh, no, he looks all right. It is one of the players for the, oh, no, he's not. He is actually, not looking too flash there, Willemse. So because of it now, possibly they wouldn't want to make the sub this early in the match, I wouldn't think, but they have got the likes of Christopher Smith, also, no, I'm reading the wrong side, Cornell Smith, and also Edwin Vindemerva, who did have a very good game up against the Sharks last week. Yeah, I feel like not just the names will be mucking me up a little bit here, also the fact that it is currently 4:38 a.m. and I probably am sleep deprived, but like I said, so much New Zealand rugby on at the moment, you can't miss it. And also Super Rugby AU coming to a close for Australia. And then you've also got the South African Rainbow Cup stuff. Can't get much better than that. That is for sure. Southern Hemisphere rugby at its finest. And we're only a month and a half away from the Springbok tour, the Lions tour of South Africa. That's going to be phenomenal if it can take place. The first game, I believe, is up against the Stormers, if I'm not wrong, but it could be the Bulls. But that will be the first game for the British and Irish Lions in South Africa after their warm-up game against Japan. That's gone over the top in the Stormers line out, and now it's going to be that man, which was, I will mess up his name again, Kropala, who now goes into the hands of Mornay Stain with a little bit of a cross kick. It's going to be Tumbwe, but he has unfortunately dropped that ball. All he had to do was hang on to it, and he was going over that try line for a second time in this match. But yeah, just not quite able to hang on to it, so now it is going to be the scrum feed for the Stormers. A little bit of a lifeline there, but at the moment, the Bulls have come out firing in this match so far, looking fast-paced. They weren't dominating the position or territory like I mentioned, but they have been dominating in terms of the points on the board, but Tumbwe just not quite able to hold on to that ball, unfortunately, for him. 15 metres out now, the Stormers are from their own line, and they have got the scrum feed. Very good fallback as well for the Stormers. So I'm excited to see how the scrum will go for them, but they are showing that man Krobala. I feel like I'm going to be able to pronounce that beautifully by the end of this live stream as well, because of how much he has been involved throughout the early stages of this match for the Bulls. But they have got the 1 try, 4 tries in this competition, I believe it is, will get you the bonus point, and that will be what they would be after in this situation. That's a good push from the Stormers, though, and they have won the penalty at scrum time, which now means that I don't think I've seen the forward pack weights yet, but I know that in the game for Super Rugby AU, there was a huge advantage to one side, and they were able to get a lot of penalties from that. They are showing Dwayne Vermeulen there. I believe he is the captain as well for the Stormers in this one. Good kick downfield from Abner Van Reenen, and it has gone into touch. Good skill there from, it was Tumway, the man who was able to score the try. It did end up just controlling it nicely off the boot, but that one did go down this far side. Kitsoff looked like he was the one who almost went down a little bit there, but then it was the penalty for the Stormers. They will be hoping that they will be able to slowly build their way back up to the field, get back to how they were in the first 10 minutes of this match, just non-stop attack. And this Bonambi going to the back to Ori, and they have got the advantage for the contact in the air, I believe it was. And it was the referee almost asking them, do you want to keep going? And the Stormers said, yes, we do. We want to try and drive this with a rolling maul. Ori hasn't got the ball in hand there, and because of it, it has gone down, and the Bulls have got this ball in hand, so they are going back now for the penalty. And they said something about 5 white, and it was something to do with an arm. It was Nokia, I believe, is the pronunciation. And I'm not sure what that penalty was for, but I thought it was originally for him taking him out in the air. But I think it was for something else perhaps, but now it is going to be Van Reenen once again kicking for the corner for the Stormers. And like I said, they want to slowly keep on driving their way up the field. Yeah, I think it was something to do with an arm. I tell you what, Ori was not happy with Dwayne Vermeulen there. He was actually telling him well and truly, you're not allowed to do that, mate. But yeah, from there, I feel like this is going to be a physical game between these two sides. It always is when it is a North versus South derby. And do let me know also what the score you think is going to be in this match at the end, or taken well by the toy there to be able to get something on it. And Kitsoff has now got the ball in hand. It's almost a rolling maul situation there. But it is going to be Masimla now going into the hands of the number 4, May Hazen, I believe it is. And now the number 6, it is Marcel Tennyson. I can't say that one now. It is going to be Kitsoff bumping off Cornell Hendricks there. Masimla now going to Marvin Ori. Has dropped that ball though. It has gone forward, almost able to get onto that one was Sergei Peterson, but unfortunately, who is that down once again? Is that Marvin Ori? I believe it is, which is another not great sign for the Stormers early on. They don't want to lose too many players to injury. Definitely not with the chance of selection for a Springbok British and Irish Lions tour to be coming up very soon. But it ended up getting hit in the head, I believe it was, by Cornell Hendricks is the name. And let's go Bulls as well, says Bertie. So he is going for the Bulls, who have got a 7-0 lead at the moment. But at the moment, Marvin Ori looking in a lot of pain, which isn't what you kind of expect. Some of these big men in the 4-pack, they don't really show pain too much. But if he is down, it must be relatively serious for him. And now it is in the predicament of the knock-on advantage was in place, so it is going to be the Bulls scrum. But yeah, first of all, while we are on this live stream as well, while we have a bit of a stoppage in play, I'd just like to mention, I do appreciate all of you guys in the chat also being willing to help me with these name pronunciations. I sometimes end up, when I'm going into a competition that I haven't really done too much commentary on, I get a little bit worried that maybe the chat will not be too happy with me and kind of constantly just say that I don't know what I'm talking about, which in this case I probably don't. But yeah, it is nice with the fact that you guys are willing to help me learn about these players. And it's one of those ones that I just love watching, rugby in general, but South African rugby, there's something about it, the physical side of it as well. But it is going to be Marvin Ori going off the field for an HIA. So that means that it is going to be Ernest Van Rijn who is going to be making his way onto the field. And that is in the number 19 jersey, just to replace him while he is having his HIA in this situation. But at the moment, 23 minutes into this match at the moment, and it is going to be the Stormers who are going to be up against the Bulls in the scrum feed, and the Bulls have got the ball in hand, so they are going to be trying to win that penalty. But the Stormers so far winning a couple penalties in scrum time, so I'll be hoping to continue that on as well. And we have also got interesting fact for you, mate. It is Bongi Bonambi going over to the Sharks soon as well. So that is an interesting fact. Thank you very much for that. So that is another Stormers player. I know that I heard that they are losing quite a few players to transfer. That's going to be a penalty to the Stormers. And I did mention in the scrum time that it was one of those ones. They are showing that man Bonambi, and he was able to help out there. So it is a penalty up against the Bulls. And now from here, do the Stormers kick for the corner? Go for the scrum maybe. Could be an option. No, they're going for the line out because of illegal scrummaging there. Yeah, the knee went down on this side here, which in this one was Herhart Stanakump. Hopefully I have been able to hopefully I've been able to pronounce that one not too bad. The Stormer hooker as well, says Bertie. So Bonambi on his way to the Sharks. So first of all, they did end up with Kolisi, and now they have got Bonambi as well. The Stormers, I believe, I heard rumours that they are losing quite a few players, but they have got that rolling maul now going. But very good defence at this stage from the Bulls, stopping it from going anywhere. Now it's going to be Bonambi breaking off the back as well. Now it is going to be in the hands of Mayhazen. Goes into the hands of the number 8, who is getting close down. Oh, he has got up again. That's a double movement, I think. No, it's not. I think maybe he wasn't held, which means that could be the try for Ethan Ruas in that situation. But we have also got "You Do Good," says Rodney Hopped as well. So I do appreciate that, mate, as well. Carl Peterson has said Stormers they are butt cheeks. So he is not too happy with the Stormers' performance so far, or perhaps he is a Bulls fan. But at this stage, maybe the Stormers have just scored the try. Stenkamp as well, says Carl Peterson. So that is Volt Stenkamp. Or sorry, actually I did have that written down, isn't it? Is it Herhart Stenkamp or Stenkamp? Just Stenkamp. Herhart. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that one not too bad. But they are checking to see if there's any reason they can't give this try to Efan Ruas here. He was getting close, and in the end, Vermeulen flew over the top there. He hasn't actually held it there, I don't think. So that could be a try for the Stormers right now. Efan Ruas will be able to score that try. And that means that now the Stormers are right back in this match. 25 minutes in, scoring that try. I will update my scoreboard as well. Do I assume that the kick is going over? I feel like it's a risky thing to do, but I am assuming he will be able to get this one, and I will put 7-all between these two sides. He did get it, and that means now 7 to the Stormers, 7 to the Bulls. 25 minutes gone in this Rainbow Cup South Africa matchup. And yeah, do let me know your score prediction for this match in the chat as well, and also who you're picking to win this match. At the moment, I did say that I thought Valimza was going to be scoring the first try for the Stormers. Did get that wrong, but at the moment, it seems to be raining tries here. And although something where it's not raining is this game, because it is a beautiful night at Cape Town Stadium. Mornay Steyn kicking off this one for the Bulls once again to get us back underway. Going to be taken by that man, Valimza, who I just mentioned, trying to step around. But yeah, it's gone to ground just outside of the 22 now. Straight over the ball was one of the Bulls players, but not quite able to get in there. Now it is going to be once again hit up by the Stormers forwards, looking like they are setting up for the kick here. Going to be firing it back. No, he is going to be taking it on himself there. Masimla has kicked that one high. And it is going to be lined up by Vermeulen, gliding through the air like he was a back there. Dwayne Vermeulen taking it nicely. And the Bulls have got possession, 40 out from the Stormers line. Now it is going to be quick hands from the forwards. Goes back to Mornay Steyn now. Fires the wide ball over the top. Out into the hands of Dumbway once again, who is trying to step around. He hasn't quite been able to find the gap. Pretorius trying to rip that ball away there for the Stormers. Not quite able to on the halfway line at the moment. And the Bulls, they will be hoping with a little kick in behind, a little bit offside there. A couple of the players, I think. And now it is going to be kicked downfield by Van Reenen. Found a lot of space in behind the Bulls. And that will mean that they're only going to be 5 meters out from their own line. Goes into the hands of Mornay Steyn, sells the dummy there as well, fending off Peter Steph-Totoy, but he does hang on to him there. Takes him down, and now he's fallen the wrong way, and it is a penalty to the Stormers. So that is a big mistake there from Mornay Steyn, unfortunately. Ending up taking on the run rather than the kick, selling the dummy. But then from there for him, unfortunately, ended up giving away the penalty. So now it is going to be a chance for Abner Van Reenen to be able to kick at the post once again. One try apiece for both of these sides as well. Peter Steph-Totoy also leaving, says Bertie. Surely he's not going to the Sharks as well. Good game to win for the Bulls as well, says Bertie. It would be indeed, because of the fact they've already had one win. And if they get another at this early stage, gives them some real confidence going towards those playoff games, which I believe they are going to be having. But yeah, Mornay Steyn trying to fend off Peter Steph-Totoy, and then in the end, unfortunately, ends up giving away the penalty, which is now going to be kicked by Abner Van Reenen. So now the score is going to be 10 to the Stormers, and it will be 7 to the Bulls at this stage. So that's a penalty that they probably didn't really want to gift the Stormers there, because we have seen, I mean, they started at a frantic pace against the Sharks. They were able to score 2 tries within the first 10 minutes or so. And one of them was Yankees, and the other one, I think, was maybe Pretorius, if I'm not wrong, set up by Kane Volhata. And we have now got that ball going high, and it is going to be Dan Duplessis kicking that one into touch now for the Stormers, just outside of the 22. Will be the line out now. We have also got, as a Stormers supporter, we need a real rebuild, a complete revamp. Bonambi leaving us is the best thing as well. So maybe it will play into factor with the fact that maybe it will benefit the Stormers in the long run as well. Good game to win for the Bulls, and no overseas for Peter Steph-Totoy, and he is a talented player. And it's one of those ones, I thought that maybe some of these players, surely he will be in the British and Irish Lions Springbok side to face them, because he is a talented player, although he hasn't quite found his feet so far throughout this Rainbow Cup. But he will be hoping to have a good game, and once again, he's got the ball in hand, Peter Steph-Totoy. And he was able to win the penalty for his side in that last little moment. Now it's going to be kick downfield from Van Reenen, and that one is a good kick down to halfway. Now it is going to be Stravino Jacobs looking for a counter-attack, running hard. And the Stormers defense, good tackle on him though. And tell you what, he's flying all over the place, the number 9 for him. In this one, it is Papier. And he has got to that ruck very efficiently. Oh, no. The number 19 is now down for the Stormers. Marvin Ori is off the field getting an HIA now. It will be Van Rijn who might need an HIA as well here. But now it is going to be in the hands of the number 5 for the Bulls, which in this one is Ruan Nokia. I believe it is Mornay Stain firing this one high. And it is going to be a missile down. Is it going to be taken Van Rijn and taking it nicely, held up almost though by the number 7 for the Bulls. I will read the chat in a very short moment. And I do appreciate you all being here. Like I said, if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, leave a like on this live stream. Does mean a lot to us. And yeah, the channel has been growing phenomenally over the last few weeks, and I just can't thank you guys enough for it. And that one has gone high now. Going to be taken now by the man in the number 15 jersey, David Creel, who is trying to find a gap, but has been hit hard in the tackle by Bonambi. And now it is going to be Papia. Goes back to Mornay Stain, almost charged down by Totoy. And now that one has gone in behind Willemse with all the time in the world at the moment, taking it very casually. So he will be hoping that this one doesn't get charged down the middle of the field there. And it is now going to be taken nicely for Mornay Stain. Goes back across into the hands of David Creel once again, looking for a bit of territory here over the top. It's going to be bouncing up nicely there. And it's an awkward bouncing one for the Stormers. Now it's going to be Van Reenen, who does kick it downfield. It's going to be Dwayne Vermeulen taking that one nicely. Goes back to Mornay Stain. It's a kicking battle at the moment between these two sides. A lot of players are offside, so no one really chasing that one. No pressure on that man. And now because of it, Van Reenen trying to step around the number 4, which in this one is Volt Stenkamp as well. Now it is going to be Willemse selling the dummy. Good hit on them, though, by the Bulls defense. Now it's going to be offloaded nicely there to Kitsoff. They are trying. Oh, that's going to be the penalty for the Bulls, is it? Yes, it is. He has got that ball there. Clean there. Marco van Staden. Hopefully that is somewhere close. Now it is going to be Papier with the ball in hand. And by the looks of it, going over the top, they're trying to find Tambwe once again. He has got some pace, little chip in behind from Tambwe, jumping up high, almost able to take that one nicely. It is going to be in the hands of Cornell Hendricks now, and they have got this ball 40 metres out from the line. They have got the advantage as well here, the Bulls. So they will be working hard to try and make the most of this. Straight over the ball was Evan Ruas, the man who scored the try for the Stormers. Now it's going to be Mornay Stain going back into the hands of David Creel once again. And now, Dwayne Vermeulen picking the ball up with one hand, almost able to find the offload, but he has fired it back now into the hands of the number 6 once again, Marco van Staden. It's one of those ones, every time I mispronounce a name, they always give the ball to him straight away. Once again, Dwayne Vermeulen firing that one back now into the hands of the number 11. Goes to Cornell Hendricks now, who is firing it on the outside to Tambwe once again. And tell you what, the man in the number 11 jersey, I believe it is Zus for the Stormers. He has got his hands full, well and truly marking Tambwe throughout this match. Now it's going to be Mornay Stain running straight at Mulharba, and that is not going to work out for the man. Now it is going to be Papier firing it back now once again. A good driving run from the loose head prop, but he has dropped that ball there. So now the Stormers have got this one back, and it is going to be kicked downfield from it is Masimla kicking it in behind I'm waiting for this ball to go out for the sake of getting to take a referee the chat as well. That this game has been back and forth. Now it's going to be in the hands of, it was Stravino Jacobs, kicks it into touch, and we have got a little bit of a break as well. We have got Hogard, pronounced Hogard as well. And I believe, if I'm not wrong, he is in, where is he? I'm looking at the moment on the team sheets. Is he out there at the moment, Hogard? I feel like I am lost a little bit in terms of what name it is. I think, is that to do with, is it Hogard Stenkamp, maybe, if I'm not wrong, or is that two names combining them there? That one has been stolen there by the Bulls, and now it is going to be into touch there for Papier, tackled by his opposite number, and he's not too happy about it either, Papier. And he does almost stand on that man. He's, dislocated finger, I think it is, for the Stormers, or maybe he ended up standing on it there, which will be not a very comfortable one there. Yeah, maybe popped out the finger. Now, they did a very big zoom in for Super Rugby Aotearoa, I believe it was, and showed the finger getting popped back into place, which luckily we haven't had there because it was quite graphic, to be fair. But yeah, down the wing, Papier getting met by his opposite number there, Masimla, who did drive him into touch. We have also got in the chat Finn and McCarthy. Did you see Exeter versus Worcester Warriors? Unfortunately, haven't had a chance. What was the score in that one? Do let me know. But I assume Exeter Chiefs would have been able to win that one, if I'm not wrong. We have got Andre Pollard wants to move back home, play for the Stormers, says Carl Peterson as well. And yeah, that's one of those ones that he is definitely, is he the number one pick? I know him and Yankees are right up there in terms of who is going to be that number 10 for the British and Irish Lions tour. And yeah, if he can find some form, or I think he is finding form overseas, Andre Pollard at the moment. So maybe he will be that number 10 for the British and Irish Lions tour. But do let me know as well, from a South African point of view, what do you think of the British and Irish Lions side that was selected just a couple of days ago? Do you think the Springboks are going to be strong enough to be able to beat them? And if so, how many points do you think they will be beating them by? Yeah, it's going to be one of those ones that I think South Africa, they've got that physical rugby that could be very useful against the British and Irish Lions. We've got, that was indeed, says Bertie, it was indeed. Yeah, just flat out pace between these two sides. A knock on now, which means now we are going to have a scrum feed for the Stormers. Unfortunately knocked on by the man in the number 1 jersey for the Bulls, Hernhard Stenkamp. Hopefully I've pronounced that not too bad. Carl Peterson has said. So it seems South African teams going to participate against the European teams in the Pro 14. Yeah, the likeliness of it happening this year, unfortunately, seem rather slim. But it has been said that the kind of partnership between the Pro 14 and the 4 South African sides is very strong. So I feel like the Pro 16 is about 99% confirmed at this stage. It is just the paperwork behind it. At this stage, it's 50-50 against the British and Irish Lions as well, said Carl Peterson. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because that's the thing. At the moment, preparation is the big part for the Springboks because of the fact that the overseas players, I feel, will be pretty well prepared, but also with all of these games happening for the Rainbow Cup, hopefully these South African players will also be prepared because, you know, they've had the Six Nations overseas for those players in the British and Irish Lions. Also the Rainbow Cup that is going on as well. So it is good that South Africa are able to play these games. And it's one of those ones, for some reason, I never get sick of a South African derby. I don't know whether it's the same with you guys, but I just love watching the style of rugby that is played in South Africa. It's very similar in a way to the type that we play in New Zealand and also Australia. Southern Hemisphere rugby, in my opinion, is just awesome. And also Northern Hemisphere, different types of style, but I do enjoy watching both of them. That's a good scrum from the Stormers. They've got another advantage at scrum time penalty as well. So unfortunately, once again, they're just not quite getting the scrum time right at the moment for the Bulls. Illegal scrummaging once again up against the number 3 Mornay Smith there, I believe it was. And that's something you can't really continue to give away because too many more in a row could lead to the fact that maybe someone could be going to the bin. We have seen it quite a few times. And mentioning the bin as well, we need to talk about the fact that Sanantla is out for, it will be 4 weeks because of that dangerous tackle on Apalele Fasi in the first match that was played for the Rainbow Cup South Africa as well, which is a big shame because, I mean, I mentioned it at the time, Sanantla, he's got a ton of pace and he could have been pretty crucial for the Stormers throughout the season, although they're looking not too bad so far in this match. Just a few mistakes, but also scrum time very dominant, which has been leading to them getting quite nice position throughout this one as well. We have also got Bulls make too much mistakes as well, says Bertie. And yeah, at the moment, the knock-on factor, I think they've probably knocked on about 3 or 4 just in their forward pack. Now there's going to be Pretorius now getting tackled low by that number 2, whose name I have to look at every time. Krobala, I believe it is. Now it is going to be in the hands of, it is going to be Masimla, who is going to the right-hand side, goes into the hands of Valimza, who has had this kick charged down by Kromala once again. He is going to be popping up all over the place, this number 2 for the Bulls. I can tell already because of the fact that I just can't pronounce the name. Krobala, hopefully do let me know if that is correct in the chat. I will try my best if it is not to try and fix it a little bit. But we have also got your favourite player in this game, says Finn McCarthy. I like watching Valimza, to be honest. He's just a cool, calm head under pressure. And the same, it's going to be a captain's challenge for Dwayne Vermeulen, another good player to watch for South Africa. And Kitsoff, that man just seems to just have that fighting spirit all day, every day, like throughout these matches. And it just shows that that captain, if he is playing well, the team can be playing well as well. But Kitsoff there, I think I've just jinxed him because he's extended the elbow out into the throat of Mornay Stain, and that could be a yellow card. So I feel like I talked just a little bit too soon there as well. So Super Rugby is no more in terms of South Africa, New Zealand, and Australia. Unfortunately, I think that is the case, which is a shame because I love watching New Zealand play South Africa. It's like, it's a weird kind of, or it's not weird, but it's just that respect between the two sides kind of thing. I assume you guys think the same as well. It's just like we love playing each other because it just makes each other better. And you kind of see that very often. Okay, there's not a large amount of force in this. Okay, it's going to be a yellow card to Stephen Kitsoff. I well and truly jinxed him there. Might have to send him an apology letter there because I did say how well he was playing. And then he ends up getting the yellow card there. But the captain of the Stormers, I said, leading from the front. And unfortunately, he is going to be off the field for 10 minutes there. Stephen Kitsoff, what will that do for the confidence of the Stormers, not just in the scrum, but also just on the field? And tell you what, I do appreciate the way he accepted that one, Kitsoff. He has said sorry to his team. He also said sorry to the ref as well. And that is one of those signs of a leader as well. The kind of guy who will admit to the mistake that he made. He is apologising to someone in the stands as well. He knows that it was the mistake. He does accept the fact that it was just leading up a little bit. And because of it, it means that Dwayne Vermeulen also gets the captain's challenge right. And we have also got, hey guys, we are on 8 likes, 65 views. Let's hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. Says Bertie as well. You heard the man. If you are enjoying and you are excited for the rest of this Super Rugby, or sorry, not Super Rugby, Rainbow Cup South Africa, be sure to leave a like. That is a knock-on, unfortunately. For it was, in the end, I believe it was Zas on that far side, Leolin Zas, who wasn't quite able to keep that one in for his side. And it was going to be a knock-on anyway. So maybe that would be the better option, although a line-out drive, we do know how strong that can be for a side. We have seen it used throughout Super Rugby Aotearoa, also for the Rainbow Cup in the first couple rounds. Couple, I believe, scored off the rolling ball for the Stormers in the first match against the Sharks, if I'm not wrong, as well. Do you like boxing? Says Finn McCarthy. I do enjoy watching it, but I just haven't really had much of a chance to be able to watch too much other than rugby. Like, I also enjoy watching cricket, but I haven't really had the chance to be able to watch those games either. With the amount of rugby that we have got on, it is stacked at the moment in terms of the amount of games. That is why currently 5 a.m. in New Zealand, but I am still watching rugby, and I'm loving it big time. The Bulls have got this ball inside of the 22. Now it is going to be Van Staden, who has done a bit of a run there, making a couple meters. Now, once again, that number 1 who is driving forward, I'll call him the Lucy prop because I can't pronounce his name to save myself, unfortunately. Now it is going to be Nokia, who is driving forward. Papia now going to Stain, going into the hands of Hendricks, who is trying to find a bit of a gap. And now he has Hendricks. He has been ankle tapped, though, by Zus there. And he has done a very good job. Papia now. No, it went into the hands instead. Unfortunately, it's going to be the penalty against the Stormers for the man taking the ball in front of, it was Krobolov, I believe, once again. Krobola, sorry. Once again, ending up in front of the man. He has been busy throughout this first half. Lucky Bulls as well. Said Bertie, yeah, good chance for them. That was a great run from Cornell Hendricks. Kind of just waited for the right opportunity to pierce the gap and then did it beautifully. That one is a good kick, and it is going to be on the halfway line now. But yeah, unfortunately, it was the number 6 originally. Another name that I do struggle with, Marco van Staden. And then from there, it was in the hands of Krobela, who was just that little bit too far ahead of him. Or sorry, the number 6 was ahead of Krobela, which did mean that it was a little bit of obstruction. And the Stormers have been told to hurry up. Of course, they have got Stephen Kitsoff in the bin, using up a little bit of time. Stuart Berry has said that they are going to be in the situation of time off. He isn't taking any of the time wasting that may have been being used there. So now it means that now Bulnambi is going to be taking this line-out throw. It is going to be a 4-man line-out here for the Stormers. We are only a minute and a half away from halftime at this stage between these two sides. It's been an entertaining first half. Few mistakes from both sides, but I feel like that will get better as we move through the second half. But now Bulnambi has got that ball in hand. Peter Steph-Toy around the side of the ruck there, making a couple meters for the Stormers. Are they going to be able to score a try late in this first half with the man disadvantage as well? Would be very impressive. Now it is going to be in the hands of Masimla. Has fired that one high. It is going to be, unfortunately, offside. It was going to be against us. Now it is going to be once again Tumboy. And you've got to tie up that man's legs if you do want to stop him. Now it is going to be once again Krobela, who is having a good run there. No, it is the other fella, sorry. It is the other fella, which is Marco van Staden. Those two are going to be confusing me all night, I have a feeling. And now it is in the hands of the number 1, I believe it was, once again, who is once again another player who I can't really pronounce. We have got a donation as well from Carl Peterson. Peterson, sorry. Has said good commentary all the way from South Africa as well. With it says ZA, but I know that is a South African flag, I believe, if I'm not wrong. And that one was taken beautifully there, but unfortunately, big contact for the Bulls there. Knock on against him, and he is holding his face there. It is the number 10. They don't need another number 10 injury, but I do appreciate that a lot, Carl. I'm not actually sure what the exchange rate in terms of ZAR to NZ dollar is, but I do appreciate that a lot. And yeah, thank you very much for that donation. And hope you have been enjoying the show as well. We have got Bulls must score before halftime, says Ari. And I feel like that is the case almost for both of these sides. It's going to be the number 6 now coming off the field, Tennyson. And that will be for Lions because of the fact that they do need to make that sub for the sake of that scrum to have a front rower out there. That is Leon Lyons as well, who has made his way onto the field. But we're sitting at 40 minutes through this match so far. So now we are just waiting to see whether or not the Bulls will be able to make something of this before the end of this first half. But yeah, I'm excited for the second, that is for sure. I am glad to see also Abner Van Reenen has made his way back to the field as well, or back onto his feet, I should say, because of the fact that he was looking a little bit injured there a little bit earlier on, and they don't want to lose another 10. Like I said, they lost the man last week, whose name I keep on forgetting, Cade Vulhata, I believe it was. I'm watching it on TV, says Carl as well. But nonetheless, I do appreciate you in the chat as well. And that's one thing that I love about these live streams is the fact that even whether or not people are watching it themselves or they are listening for the commentary, like everyone just ends up just chatting about the game. And that's going to be a good run now for Marco Jansen van Vuren, who did have, or Fearon, sorry, who had his first run of this match almost now. They did have the advantage, but I think that is over now. It is going to be Cornell Hendricks. Ended up tackling himself there. Cornell Hendricks losing his footing. Papier fires it back now. Mornay staying with the quick hands. Now it is once again going to be Krobela making a couple meters for his side. 40 meters out from the Stormers line. They don't look like they are going to be putting this ball into touch anytime soon, the Bulls. They are going to be going for, oh, that's a big hit though. Now it is going to be back in the hands of Papier though. And he has fell to the ground. It's looking pretty slippery out there at the moment. 18 degrees with high humidity, I believe it was, for this match. Over the top now, awkward ball. And it's nicely taken though into the hands of Strafino Jacobs. And the Bulls, they look like they are going to keep on attacking right up until they get to that try line. And now it is going to be the man, David Kriel, in the number 15 jersey, firing it off to once again going into the hands of one of the forwards backs now, into the hands of Vermeulen, hitting a gap. And he was a great tackle on him by Pretorius there. Offload there. It's a knock-on advantage now. No, it's not. It wasn't knocked on. Apparently now it's going to be Stravino Jacobs. No, sorry, it's Hendricks. And he has found a gap once again, linking up on the inside with, it was David Kriel. Now it's going to be the number 5 offloading it. And they are up to the 20-meter line now. Or the 22-meter line, sorry, Vermeulen round the side, trying to break the tackle, but good low tackle on him as well. And they are going to continue to keep on driving. Mornay Stain going to Krobela, hit early in the tackle, but it is set up nicely for the number 7. They've got the advantage as well. I believe it was for offside. So it is in the situation now of they can throw everything at this here, the Bulls. Are they going to be able to get the try before the end of this first half? That is the big question now. It is going to be in the hands of Papia once again. It's going to be firing back into the hands of Stenkamp there. And another offside. They need to be careful or else they could end up with another man in the bin. Mornay staying with the cross kick. It's going straight into the hands of Tumbwe. And you're not stopping that man, no matter who you are. And Tumbwe scores a second try. I mentioned a hat-trick in the match for the Stormers Sharks match. Maybe Tumbwe is on his way as well, scoring in the 43rd minute of the first half as well. So this is going to be a fantastic second half, that is for sure. We've got a bit delay coming from your side. Yeah, it is because of the fact I am watching in New Zealand on Sky Go. So because of that, it means that there is a 30-second delay and then another maybe 10 or 20-second delay from when it ends up coming to your screens on YouTube. But yeah, it is hopefully you will be able to see what's happening and then also maybe be able to see if I am mispronouncing a couple names or ending up getting the commentary a little bit off. But hopefully that first half I didn't do too badly. I think I started learning those names as we were going, but that one has gone over once again from the Bulls and Mornay Stain. So now they are going to be leading this match at halftime. 10 points to the Stormers and 14, to the Bulls as well. And it was 10-14 now. I have got it back up. And in the chat we had also got a shout out to Groveler, very proud as well. And that is the man in the number. Yeah, I feel like I don't know it well enough yet because I keep on looking down, but it is Groveler. I'm looking for him in the number 2 jersey. He has played phenomenally throughout this first half for the Bulls. And he will be open to continue that in the second half as well. And it was also, yes, the Bulls, yes, please. Or get him Bulls, yes, please, says Bertie. And also come on Bulls from Brian Williams and yes, man, about a minute later as well. Because of the fact that, yeah, he just all of a sudden, Tumbwe on that wing is dangerous with how skilled he is. He's got just that insane acceleration that just makes him one of those players you don't want to mark. Like I said, it was Leolin Zas who was marking up with him. And he wouldn't be too happy about it because it is a hard job. That is for sure. Donation is $3.91 New Zealand dollars, says Carl Pedersen as well. So it must be about maybe every $1 or sorry, one. Do let me know the currency as well because at the moment I know it's ZAR, but I'm not too sure other than that. So every 1 ZAR would be 10 cents New Zealand, I believe, or somewhere around there, which is good to know. Like I struggle with some of the currency, like conversions. I struggle with time zones, let alone, yeah, that kind of thing as well. But yeah, I do really appreciate that donation. While we are at it as well, since we are at halftime quickly, I will keep on reading the chat as well. And we have got Bertie, as said, 14-10 at this stage. I see you got a Chiefs jersey. Nice. Love the Chiefs, even though they lost. And yeah, that's the thing. It was actually sent to me by one of our viewers. It was Johnny Blaze, and it was pretty awesome that someone wanted to send me like a kit, and it is the 2017 jersey or kit, sorry, and I was wearing it for every match that the Chiefs won this season. I wore it for the 5 in a row. Didn't wear it for the final. I was actually in a tuxedo earlier on in this, in my Super Rugby Aotearoa final live stream that I did. I was in the tuxedo, also for Super Rugby AU. Then I decided after I tried to do the Lions versus Sharks game, but unfortunately it ended up deciding just not to let me because the coverage just wasn't coming through my TV. So I ended up in the predicament of instead deciding to get changed and just wear some normal clothes as well for this one. And also I see we have also got Carl Peterson as said that $39.99 is 3.91 New Zealand dollars. So it must be, I feel like my maths might be slightly off, maybe around 95 or 0.95. No, sorry. My maths is going to show. Normally, it's not too bad. Like, I pride myself on being decent at maths, but I feel like conversion rates off the top of my head. So it would be for every 1 ZAR would be about maybe 0.9 cents, perhaps, around there for New Zealand dollar, I think, if I'm not wrong. But at the moment, we are just waiting for the second half to get back underway because I am excited for the second half. Like I said, 5:15 a.m. here in New Zealand, but I am loving every minute of this game. So far, 2 tries for Tumbwe, one in the 16th, one in the 43rd minute of the first half. And then from there was also a try for, it was Ifan Ruas ended up not being held. So he went from there and decided to have another run, and he was successful in that regard in the 25th minute. Then also Marvin Ori going off the field. That was for Van Rijn because of an injury, which is not good to see. Also, it was Van Reenen who was also down for a little bit with an injury, but he was back up. Willemse also ended up going down, and yellow card in this match in the 36th minute for Steven Kitsoff. So that means in the second half, they are going to be a man short for the start of this one, the Stormers, and it's already cost them, in a way, one try. Although I think from the way that the Bulls were playing, they were hoping to be able to get that try anyway before halftime. But I will ask the question, if you are a Stormers supporter, put Stormers in the chat, and if you are a Bulls supporter, put Bulls in the chat. Let's see how many we have got going for each side here. Going to be a tough season for the Stormers. It is indeed, with the fact that it looks like it's going to be almost the rebuilding phase, like someone mentioned earlier, a rebuild season, says Carl, as well. Yeah, it's one of those ones that, unfortunately, we've seen it with teams like the Waratahs and Super Rugby AU. They went, unfortunately, winless throughout their 8 matches that they played. We've also seen it now. The Hurricanes almost gone through that stage as well. The Chiefs, I guess they had their rebuilding phase last season, because then they came back and made it into the Super Rugby Aotearoa final. And Bulls is, we've got Stormers / Waikato Chiefs supporter as well, says Carl. And yeah, that first match between the Western Force and the Chiefs should be a very entertaining one. And it will actually be at a decent hour South African time as well, if I'm not wrong. So what time? Currently, we are sitting 5:15 a.m. New Zealand time, and the game will be kicking off about 5 hours prior to this time. So at 12 a.m. New Zealand time at midnight. So what time would that be in South Africa? I believe it was 6 o'clock at around 4 o'clock, if I'm not wrong, which would mean that maybe it is a kickoff at about 10 a.m. or maybe 2 p.m. I think might actually be the case, which is pretty awesome that you guys will get to see some Super Rugby Trans-Tasman at also a decent hour. Bulls all the way, says R.E.M. Birdie is a Bulls man as well. So at the moment, we've got a nice split in the chat, and I feel like that makes it a lot more fun as well. Like, and that's one thing I love about doing these live streams. Like, people in the chat are always like pretty nice overall, and I do appreciate that. And I feel like that's just the respect that like rugby players kind of have and rugby supporters have for each other in this environment, because of the fact, like, yeah, it could be the case of like you guys just absolutely just arguing all the time, but instead you guys kind of say what your team does well, also say what the other team does well, kind of thing. And I just find it awesome that, like I say all the time on my live streams, it's like watching the rugby with 60 people in my room as well, watching it with me. And yeah, I just love it. And I love doing these rugby videos as well. And we have also got My Blood is Blue, Bulls all the way, says Jimmy as well. So he is a Bulls supporter. So we've got 3 Bulls and 1 Stormers at this stage, and 4 Bulls because we have got Mind Plays 1, 2, 3 in there as well. So at the moment, the Stormers are slightly outnumbered in the chat. But then Carl Peterson, he is a Waikato supporter as well. And one thing you learn about the Chiefs is the fact that Chiefs mana runs high. Everyone just has that spirit. And maybe that is what the Stormers are going to need throughout the second half of this match as well. Other teams are just stealing our players. Khaleesi Bonambi going, the Stormers fumbled the bag with the American owners. Lots of money was on the table. And I heard something, I think they mentioned that they are owned by, is it about 50-something% owned? And I know that at the moment, New Zealand, the All Blacks are actually in a situation of an American company wants to buy a share in the All Blacks. And it's one of those ones, I know that the player board, I think, disapproved, but the rugby board actually did approve. So now they've got to try and come to an agreement. But it's big money on the table, about 385 million New Zealand dollars, I think it was. But it's a part of legacy, the All Blacks. You don't really want to be, you don't know what they're going to do with that share if they do get their hands on it, whether they're going to sell it on to another company or split it up or anything like that. And I think it is a 13% share or somewhere around there. So, yeah, it will be interesting to see how that one goes for them as well. But nonetheless, I will quickly run through the tries as well for you guys who are just tuning in. And I do thank you all very much for being here. Tambwe, Madosh Tambwe, 16th minute try, 43rd minute of the first half try for him as well. Then it was Ifan Ruas, who was able to score in the 25th minute. And then there is a yellow card. Steven Kitsoff getting yellow carded. It was for the slightly high shot on, I can't actually remember what player it was, but it was a captain's challenge that was successful. And to think this match also started with both teams ending up missing a kick, like it's one of those ones that maybe that was what both sides needed to kind of kick them into gear and really start going for it. All Blacks is about legacy. They shouldn't touch them. Maybe a franchise, says Carl Peterson as well. Yeah, and it's one of those ones that, yes, it's a lot of money on the table, but it's also, yeah, like you said, it's legacy. You don't want to give that up. You want to be able to say, like, the All Blacks are New Zealand, like 100% all the way. Because I know they were talking about putting it into grassroots rugby, which I well and truly respect for the fact that they are going to try and build the game at a lower level because of the fact that the numbers for rugby have been kind of decreasing over the last little while for New Zealand. So putting it back into grassroots rugby, making it more of an interesting type arrangement for these guys who are thinking about signing up for rugby. I used to play rugby when I was about 10, but that was as far as I went because of the fact I got smaller. Well, not smaller, but I didn't grow as big as the other guys. And I'm not exactly built like a big old, I feel like even I could say a halfback wouldn't quite, like I'd probably be too small for a halfback, which is saying something. Although someone for the Stormers we need to mention though, which is Yankees. And of course, he kind of shows that size is just a number on the measuring chart because he has been phenomenal for the Stormers. Is he injured or is he just, he is not on the bench for them. So hopefully he's not injured as well. We have also got, I don't remember the name of the American owners, but 350 million was offered and turned them down. As a supporter, we need international/local players, almost like those European teams as well. And I think it was, for us, it was Silver Lake, I believe was the name of the company, but I'm not sure whether that would have been the same one or not. Can't do much with a 13% stake, surely, as well, says John the B, 123. Yeah, I'd like to think not. I think they have mentioned it to the like rugby board, like we're not going to be doing anything with it. But I think it's like that kind of 15 years down the track, you can't actually like get it back. And I feel like it would be a no returns type arrangement. So yeah, it is a big decision. But if they do end up going through with it, I would just be grateful if it does end up going to the right places such as grassroots rugby and trying to grow the game, because that's one of the things that New Zealand, we've got some very good players in the likes of Super Rugby, but also would be fantastic to see the Mitre 10 Cup, the ITM Cup, and all of those type ones growing as well and gain more of an international audience. Yet we're still waiting for a rugby video game, a proper game like Rugby 08, says Carl Peterson, and hopefully it will be very soon that we do get to see that. And that's one thing that I am excited to do on Rugby Challenge, because we do post quite a few videos on Rugby Challenge at the same time. I normally do kind of a highlights of these matches to see how close my scoreline is to the real life matches. I was a little bit off for the match between the Lions and the Sharks, I believe. I think I was a little bit short in the points. But here's something I'm looking forward to doing is the British and Irish Lions tour of South Africa. And also, I feel like now that I'm watching a little bit more South African rugby as well, I'd love to be able to do a Springboks career mode on that game and see if I can take the current world champions straight back to that world championship title of the Rugby World Cup, and also maybe the also rugby championship could be quite fun as well. But Valimza is kicking that one downfield. And tell you what, every time that ball kind of floats through the air, is it just my screen or does it end up kind of half by disappearing? Now it's offloaded beautifully now into the hands of Van Rennen, who is going to be trying to drive up towards the halfway line, 40 metres out. Peter Steph Toy around the side, but straight over the ball was one of the Bulls players, not quite able to grab it though. And now it is going to be Valimza going into the hands of Duplessis. He hasn't had too much of the ball throughout this match so far, but he will be open. That changes in the second half, and it is going to be the penalty now. Unfortunately, he went again while he was on the ground. Little knock on, I believe it was, and that is the last thing that the Stormers would have been wanting early on in the second half. We have also got, mate, what is your thought on Lions and Irish team? As well, says Birdie. I think there were a couple names in there that surprised a few people. The likes of Sam Simmons, a young player who I am glad to see there, because I feel like it is great that these young players are getting rewarded with like the fact that they are going to be going on the tour, and also it's just a huge experience builder for those young guys who perhaps leading into the World Cup in a couple of years' time would be maybe very big prospects. But also I noticed there were a few names that did miss out as well. But a lot more English players in there as well, I think, than a lot of people expected. Of course, the likes of Owen Farrell. I think a lot of people said that he was always going no matter what. But also Johnny May, I think, that gets selected in that side, if I'm not wrong. They look like one of the water boys there was trying to trip up the other water boy. I'm not sure whether that was the case, though, but if it was, it is a bit interesting. They are showing Jaco Piper in the background. He was the officiator, the main ref for the match last week between these two sides, the Sharks and the Stormers. Although it wasn't these two sides, the Sharks and the Stormers, of course, different sides in that regard. And they are actually talking about the British and Irish Lions squad right now on here as well. And that's the thing. All of these South African sides are going to get a chance to take on the British and Irish Lions throughout that tour of South Africa. Penalty now to the Bulls. They were able to win it. Is it going to be taken quickly? Thought about it there. Did Papia, but decided not to in the end. Yeah, agree. And surprised Van der Merwe got in and not CJ Stander. Yeah. And I feel like maybe Stander, he did mention about retirement a little while ago. So I'm wondering whether or not maybe that had something to do with it. Maybe he said maybe he wasn't available. I said maybe about 15 times in just that one sentence. But yeah, it seems strange that such an experienced player didn't end up going or isn't in that side. But they did go with 39 rather than the 38, I believe, or 37 rather than 36, sorry. So maybe they were just trying to decide who they should go with because of the fact that there are a lot of talented players like the Six Nations. I didn't get to watch too many of the games, but I did enjoy them quite a lot, the ones that I did. I watched that game between France and also Scotland, that last one where Scotland were able to get the win. And that was a phenomenal match. Like, I love an underdog story, and it is going to be Tennyson coming back onto the field and also Stephen Kitsoff back out there after his yellow card. So he will be wanting to make sure his discipline is on point here, but it is going to be that man who did come on, which is Leon Lyons. Sorry. Now it is going to be off the back now into the hands. Oh, it's knocked on, though, by the Bulls. And it is going to be now another scrum in this match, 15 metres out now from the Stormers line. They will have the scrum feed. Yeah, maybe, mate, as well, says Birdie. And I have noticed when I look up at myself here, this eye is very bloodshot. I think that is just from the fact that I ended up going to sleep at about 7 a.m. yesterday, waking up at about 3 and just doing nothing but editing and also, just filming live streams. And it's been a very busy 24 hours, that's for sure. But I have enjoyed it. Like, I feel like the tiredness hasn't kicked in yet. And more than likely, I will sleep through pretty much all of the later stages of today, seeing as it is 5:30 a.m. in New Zealand. I'm thinking I'll probably sleep until maybe like 6 p.m. if I'm not wrong. So I'll be in the complete wrong time zone in a way, but I feel like it would have been worth it. These live streams are a lot of fun to do. This is my fourth one in the last kind of 12 hours or so. In fact, the fourth one of the last 10 hours as well. I think after this game, take a nap, bud, as well, says Birdie. Yeah, I think that might be on the cards, to be fair, but another scrum reset in this one. Stormers versus the Bulls at the moment. 2 tries for the Bulls, both scored by the man on the right wing, which is Madosh Tambwe, getting one in the 16th minute and also the 43rd. Then from there, Ethan Ruas was able to score in the 25th for the Stormers. Finding the high tackle yellow cards a bit much, says John the B, 1, 2, 3 as well. And it's one of those ones, unfortunately, the rule book states them as if it's like riding up, it is still a yellow card, which I know we had in both of the Super Rugby Aotearoa and Super Rugby AU finals. We had 2 yellow cards in both matches. One for, it was Severis, who did kind of do the shoulder a little bit more. I can understand that one because it did look a little bit dangerous, but also one in the Super Rugby AU game was kind of similar to the likes of Stephen Kitsoff's one with the leading with the elbow. It's all about player safety now. So because of the fact that they did decide that maybe, he was leading just a little bit too far out. But then that's the thing. You can tuck your elbow and still get that yellow card against you depending on how it goes. And then we have got, why must he take a nap, says Eat and Vlog with Sean as well. I think it is purely because of the fact I have been up for a lot of hours so far in a row. And I feel like it is almost well-earned as well, perhaps, with how many live streams we've done. Today, so far, we've done about 8.5 hours of live streaming with the rugby. Now, it's a nice ball, deliberate knockdown, perhaps. No, it is just going to be the knock-on against the Stormers there, the number 14 there. Peterson And because of it now, it is going to be once again the Bulls with the ball for the scrum. And we have also got in the chat, this is hard to watch as a Stormers supporter, says Carl Peterson. Yeah, it's been a bit rough. A lot of handling errors for both sides in this one. And that's the thing, only 4 points difference. Anyone who scores a try from now on could be the try that wins them the game. Well, hey, yo, as well, says Scrum Les. Welcome to the live stream once again. What time is it there at the moment? Do let me know as well. And we have also got in there Stormers, says Carl Peterson, for what side he is going for in this match. Where can I stream live without DSTV, says Jux Muller. Unfortunately, I don't think there's too many locations. Rugby Pass, I don't actually think have it, which I have been telling people to check out Rugby Pass, but that is a good run there. I will come back to that in a very short moment. A little kick on behind it. Cheeky one from the number 15, and it is going to go out 5 meters. That's risky right there. And it was in the end. Tumblr steals that ball from the number 9. He knocks it out of his hands as well there. And it was in the end Masimla. And I think he almost ended up sliding this one into touch there, Masimla, which could have ended up with the 5 meter scrum, or sorry, the 5 meter line out for the side who did the kick, which could be risky. That could be a big mistake from the Stormers there. Masimla may have just taken that one into touch, and it is going to be Edwell Vindham River as well, making his way onto the field. And that is going to be replacing the man in the number 11 jersey, which is Zus, which is the case of, he's had a hard day because of the fact that he's been up against a very talented player in Tumbwe. And we have also got, but back to that one about where you can stream it. Unfortunately, I don't think there's too many locations, and I don't know whether they do highlights on YouTube very often for these matchups as well, because of the fact that I know that when I was trying to watch the first game, the Lions versus the Sharks, I have a paid subscription for TV, and I wasn't able to watch it because it wasn't on any other channels, unfortunately for me. So I actually started my live stream and then had to end it halfway through just because of the fact that I couldn't actually get the commentary and the game showing for myself. But yeah, hopefully I will be able to explain the game well enough for you as well. It is going to be the 5 meter line out now for the Stormers, taken nicely there. It was Mayhazen. Bonumbi once again winning that line out. Now it is in the hands of, it is going to be Tumbwe, the man who I talked of earlier on. He is a very talented man with ball in hand, that is for sure. Now it is going to be Papier going into the hands of the number 5 here, which in this one is Nokia. And they are trying to drive forward here. And they have done the kick instead. Papier with the one in behind. Is that a risk? Oh, it's set up beautifully. And who else would it find other than Tumbwe? But unfortunately has ended up knocking that one on. And unfortunately, he's in that situation of, he's in that situation. He scored a couple tries, but he has also ended up knocking the ball on a few times as well. We have also got, it's 11:30 a.m. here in New Mexico, leaving the stream up, and I got to go get groceries as well, says Scrum Lass as well. And also, Lol, give hesitant Dan Carter, inflatable co-host, a kiss for me, laughing as well from Scrum Lass. And that's the thing, Kieran, we've had a lot of people, his name is, or it is kind of hesitant, Dan Carter, isn't it? A lot of people say to punch him, to body slam him, all sorts. So a kiss is relatively friendly for him. I'll give him a pat on the head. He likes that, I'm sure. The giant inflatable. A lot of people wonder where I got this from. I actually won it in a competition, which is kind of cool. It's got the All Blacks logo as well. And it is pretty awesome. And we have used it in videos in the past for the channel as well. I am just worried that my cat, who is sitting on my lap at the moment, might one day decide he wants to pop him. And I would be a very sad man if that was the case. We have also got watching it in a bar. And the supporters, drinkers are all laughing at this game as well, says Carl Peterson. Yeah, hasn't been the flashiest one in terms of silky skills, I guess you could say. Like, there have been moments for Tumbwe and whatnot in this game, but also a lot of knock-ons, a lot of scrums. And has been using up quite a bit of this match so far. Like, we've had a lot of scrum resets, and we have still got 32 minutes left in the second half left. Big storm happening here in Derbs at the moment, as well, says Birdie. So hopefully that won't end up being too bad for you. Where is Derbs compared to the ground? I will ask the question as well. I feel like, where is Durban compared to Cape Town Stadium? I feel like I should know my geography a little bit better, but yeah, not quite sure. That was a good kick from the Stormers there. And almost taken quickly by David Creel, decides against it though. And now it is going to be the line out for the Bulls. And we have also got in there, Telecat, don't pop the prop as well. Says Scrum Lass, I like that. That is a good saying, I will admit. And hopefully, because it's one of the ones he sometimes claws me, like to get my attention, like kind of tries to tap me. So I feel like if he does the same to Kieran, if he popped, and he actually full-on popped, I feel like the cat would have a heart attack because that would be very loud. And I feel like, me sitting right next to it as well would probably give me quite a fright. But now it is the man in the number 2 jersey, Krobala, who has taken that one in the line out. It was the number 5. Now it's going to be Mornay Stain kicking this one in behind. A lot of experience. Now it's going to be Tumbwe chasing after that one for Limza. Now trying to step around him. Good kick downfield though, or was it? It has bounced. And it hasn't gone into touch either. Now inside of the 22 is Mornay Stain going for a bit of a banana kick there. Good kick downfield. And Valimza in the end decides not to take it. And he is saying to go right back for it, Valimza. But the question is, was it out on the full or was it taken back? I think was the question that he was asking. I don't think it was though. So I think it was a very good kick from Mornay Stain. And that experience that I was talking about will pay dividends late in this match as well. We have got, what do you think of the new venue for Stormers? As well, says Carl Peterson. New venue for the Stormers. Is it the Cape Town Stadium? Because if so, it's quite a nice big stadium. I'd love to see it full of people. But of course, at this stage, not quite able to have that happen. But hopefully we get some form of crowd in the British and Irish Lions tour. Because I feel like the touring fans and also the South African supporters will be what makes that tour so great. And hopefully we do get to see that as well. We have got, what do you think? Oh, I read that one, sorry. Now it is going to be a penalty for the Stormers, for the player being off his feet. And Tumbwe once again just using a bit of a football touch there to pull that one down. Cape Town Stadium, DHL Stadium as well, says Carl. Because I know in Rugby Challenge it is in Cape Town Stadium and it is DHL Newlands, if I'm not wrong. Maybe I could be wrong there though, but I believe it is something along those lines. And it is quite a nice stadium on a Rugby Challenge, but this one is a very large one. It is fair to say, and I'd love to see it packed out for a matchup in the future. And now it is going to be Bonambi with the line-out throw inside of the 22 of the Bulls. Now they are going for the rolling maul. Better Steph Toy claims it. Now it is in the hands of Kitsoff. He got a yellow card earlier on. He would love to be able to get himself possibly a try, but now it is going to be the advantage. And now it is the replacement. And then the number 21 jersey, he's gone straight through. He's stepping around. He needed to offload that, though, I have a feeling. And now they are only 5 meters short. And it's going to be Bonambi once again going around the side. They are getting close to the line here, the Stormers. Can they score this try? That will get them the lead. Ifan Ruiz wasn't quite able to get over the line. Now it is going to be around the side once again. Kitsoff, though. I mentioned he wants a try. Is he going to be able to do it here? Not quite. Better Steph Toy. Only a meter short as well. They are getting extremely close here, the Bulls. And the thing that the Stormers, and the thing that the Bulls have to make sure is that they keep their discipline on point. They don't want to be offside. It's knocked on there. And it's this mistake there from Abner Van Reenen. Side entry in the maul. That's not what you want in that situation, unfortunately. I said that they wanted to make sure their discipline was in check. That is the man in the number 17 jersey. I believe it is Nkopoka. Hopefully I'll pronounce that somewhere right as well. But that is going to be almost a good chance for the Stormers there, but unfortunately put down. But they have got the advantage, and that means now they are kicking for the corner once again. The man in the number 21 jersey, Zach Berger, is out there for the Stormers as well. That was replacing the man in the number 9 jersey, Papier. Now it is going to be Bonambi straight away going to the front once again. The rolling maul is looking strong. It's in the hands of Ruas at the moment, and they are going sideways. Now it's going to be Bonambi breaking off the back. Great low tackle on him. And that ball has been dropped, but it has gone backwards. Now it is going to be Van Reenen once again. And they have got this ball. Zach Berger now is going to be passing it 10 meters out at the moment. Other Stormers, Ifan Ruas, he's been running phenomenally throughout this whole match. Now it is going to be in the hands of Mayhazen. They are trying to get close, but at the moment, the Bulls have been hanging on. Now it's going to be a little chip in behind there, and it's too much. And it means that now they have got the option of either going back for the scrum or going for the 22. And I did see in the chat as well that the number or the Stormers fly off is annoying me, says Carl. And unfortunately, once again, Abner Van Reenen did end up messing that one up a little bit there. We have got a Hollywood chat as well. WP Rugby don't own the ground, just renting as well, says John the B 123 as well. Now it is going to be Valimza with the ball. I will read the rest of the chat in a very short moment. But at the moment, we have got 26 minutes left. It's intercepted by Tumbwe. And he seems to be everywhere at the moment. One of the players, the number 6, ended up tackling himself there, which was, I believe, Marco van Steyden. But now they have still got this ball here, the Bulls, and they will be wanting to make the most of it. And if they can get a try now, they could be in the predicament of being able to win this match We will just have to wait and see. Now it is going to be a good run there from it is Nkwaboka, I believe. If I'm not wrong, that one has been knocked on, is it? It is going to be the penalty to the Bulls. There have been a lot of penalties throughout this match so far, but it could still go either way leading into the late stages of this one. The Stormers, of course, they did come off on the wrong end of the match against the Sharks, but maybe this one in the last minute could be theirs as well. We have got anybody need anything from the grocery store as well, said Scrum Lass. I quite would enjoy a pie. Someone mentioned it earlier on. And yeah, I haven't been able to stop thinking about pie since then. But also, I feel like I should eat something before I go to bed, but I don't know what to have at 6 a.m. Like, I feel like it's one of those ones. What is a 6 a.m. snack? Do let me know in the chat what you guys eat when you are up at 6 a.m. And we have also got DHL owns the ground as well, says Carl Peterson. And we have got Freaky Kruger has said how much time left at the moment. We are sitting with 26 minutes. And they are going to be taking on the shot. It is going to be Mornay Stain now, who is going to be kicking this one at goal from about 41 meters out now. He will be open. This one can go over. And if it does, 7-point lead could be pretty decent as well. City of Cape Town owns City Stadium as well, says John the B. 1, 2, 3. And also they own 50%. Van Rennen is what we call a scrub. He's not ready for prime time as well, says Carl Peterson. And yeah, it's one of those ones. He would have been thrown in the deep end with having to be in that starting lineup because of the injury of the other fellow whose name I've forgotten, Volhata, because he looked like he was going to be good. Oh, Mornay Stain has missed that one. No, he hasn't. It's gone over. That one looked like it was missing from my angle. But that means now the Bulls are going to be leading this match now by 7 points with only around 20 minutes left in this one. Going to be coming down to the wire as well. Yes, Bulls, says Birdie. 6 a.m. breakfast, donuts and coffee, says Carl Peterson. Doesn't get much better than that, does it? And 10 to 17, says Birdie. It is indeed. And they are showing now. Scudder into Benny has made his way out onto the field. That is a replacement that they will be happy that they would have made. Also, Edward Vandermeer is still out on the field as well. He had a good game up against the Sharks, hoping to have an impact in this one as well. Willemser taking that one. He is safe under the high ball. Willemser, now he's got a gap up the middle. He's good with the step as well. He's spun around, and he has been able to dodge the man. Now it's going to be Sergio Peterson kicking that one in behind. It's going to sit up nicely for Mornay Stain, who has been tackled by Pretorius, who went straight over the ball, but not quite able to get that one. And it is a counter-ruck now. Now it is going to be in the hands of Papier, who is going to be firing this one back for the kick. No, he's not. He's going to be creating a little bit more of an angle. Scudder Unterbeni getting his first tackle of this match so far. And now it looks like he is going to be going for this kick, firing it back into the hands of Mornay Stain. And he does kick that one. Not into touch, though, so this game is going to keep on going for now. Now it is going to be in the hands of Willemser. I feel like he could get the match-winning try for them if he gets the chance. Willemser, because he's still going at the 22 now. Now it's going to be Berger going in the hands of Van Rennen once again. Looked like he was almost caught high from Vermeulen, but it must have just come down. Now it is going to be Ifan Ruas, who is once again having another run in this match. He is almost in the running for man of the match performance, other than, of course, the man who has been able to pick up two Tumbwe. That one has gone sideways, so it isn't knocked on. But now it is going to be Tumbwe, is it? Who has won the penalty? Yes, it is. And it was that man, as I was mentioning about him as well. Tumbwe has been able to get that penalty for his side. I'm getting hyped up about this match. I feel like, yeah, I think I'm the only New Zealand side. Oh, they've just kicked it way downfield there, tried to take it quickly, and it hasn't found touch. Now it's going to be Willemser 5 meters out from the line, and now he has kicked that one back downfield as well. So I feel like there was a little bit of a mistake that maybe they shouldn't have made. Now it's going to be Mornay Stain taking it quickly on the sideline. Now they are going to be firing it back infield, and it is going to be in the hands of David Kriel. Now he is looking like he is going to be kicking this one high once again. It's gone very high there. And it is going to be Vandermeer taking that one beautifully there for the Stormers. And then they have got the ball back in hand now. Now it is going to be Zach Berger going back into the hands of their number 4, which is Steenkamp or Volt Steenkamp for this match. He has played well as well. There are a lot of players out on the field who have had good games of rugby. It's just at this stage, it's still very close between these two sides. Now it's going to be Van Rennen once again kicking that one away. And it is taken nicely there by David Kriel once again. Kicked high by Mornay Stain, chased by Kriel. Trying to link up there, the number 15 and the number 10. He is almost able to take that one. Yes, he has. But straight over the ball is Peter Steftatui. And he has won the penalty now for the Stormers as well. And at this stage, both sides still have their captain's challenge that they will have the option of being able to use. My eyes almost starting to water, not because I am emotional about the game, but just because it is currently almost 6 a.m. and it has been a long day of live streams. I've realized that eye looks terrible at this stage. It looks a bit rough, but we are going to be powering through for the last 20 minutes of this match. And yeah, hopefully we do get to see a match win and try from one of these sides very soon. And I will ask the question we have said, who do you guys think is going to win this match? I am going to ask now, who is going to be able to score the next try in this match? I do ask that question. I think Dwayne Van Vermeulen in the number 8 jersey. As I was told as well by a South African, his nickname is Thor. So maybe he will be able to well and truly power himself over the line there. Maharbe coming off the field. That was a lot of tongue roll. Has gone off the field, and it's going to be Fouchet, who is making his way onto the field now. And Stenkamp coming off the field. And that is for, it would be Swanepoel, I believe it's the pronunciation, if I'm not wrong. That one is taken by the Stormers. Now it's going to be Skara Untabeni at the back with the ball in hand. They are driving forward nicely here. The Stormers going towards the touchline, though. He's keeping himself in play now. It's going to be Berger going into the hands of Pretorius. Now it's going to be Ethan Rice. Tell you what, he would be a decent shout for who's going to score the next try as well. Berger goes to Skara Untabeni, who always runs hard at the line, that is for sure. Now it is going to be the man who has just come on the field as well for Fouchet. Now it is going to be Peter Steph de Toy trying to drive forward, get a few extra meters. Berger now going to kits off once again. Skara Untabeni. They are currently 15 meters out here. The Stormers goes into the hands of Van Rennen, who was driven backwards there on the tackle. Berger once again goes to kits off. Are they going to be able to find that gap now? That is the big question. Berger going into the hands of Valimza, goes wide into the hands of Sergil Pedersen. He's just a little bit too close to the touchline. I think the hand might have been touching. Yes, it was. And it means now that it is going to be the line out throw to, tell you what, Sergil Pedersen, not too happy about that one, but the hand wasn't touched, which is why it is now going to be the Bulls line out. Only 10 meters out from their own line, though. That is dangerous territory at the moment. He was getting forced towards the touchline. In the end, ended up putting the hand on the touchline. Well called by Jaco Piper there. And now it is going to be the line out, like I mentioned. I think it's going to be 5 meters out indeed as well. Into touch, there's Bertie for that one. It was indeed. And now we have got a little bit of run and repairs going on for these two sides at the moment. It's been a physical, hard-hitting game of rugby between these two sides. We didn't expect anything less for a North versus South derby. And yeah, it's going to be an exciting situation for the last few minutes of this match with 20 left in this match, 20 minutes that is. And that is extremely exciting stuff. I think when my brain is tired, it just says extremely exciting about 15 times, as you guys may have learned from watching so far. It is going to be thrown in now. It was by Krobala, now fired back into the hands of Stain. And he has kicked that one into touch. Yes, he has. Is it going to be taken quickly? Yes, it is. No, it's not. Peterson decides against it in the end. Maybe is regretting that a little bit, but they were rushing up there, the Bulls. And now it is going to be, at this stage, Skara Untabeni, who is going to be firing this one in for the line out. Another change being made. And I'll be honest, if I struggle with the starting lineup, I will and truly struggle with some of the names on the bench. But I will hopefully be able to do not too bad with them overall here as we get closer to the end of this match. Papier coming off the field, though, for Berger. I thought he was already on the field. I think I've been saying Berger, but it was actually Paul de Vet the whole time. I think I've had my my halfbacks confused, so I am sorry about that, guys. But it is Paul de Vet for the Stormers and Zach Berger now on the field for the Bulls. Now it is going to be Pretorius going through the gap almost. Nice run there from the man. And it's going to be a penalty now for the Stormers. What do they do here? Because of the fact that do they take on the 3 points out in front for the side entry penalty, or do you kick for the corner, try and get back to an even playing field in this one? They've still got plenty of time. They are taking on the shot. 19 minutes left. There is no need to rush. We have seen so many games being decided in the last few minutes of these games, and I don't think this one's going to be any different as well. But currently sitting at 5:50 a.m. New Zealand time. So this game will be finishing after 6 a.m., I believe, if I'm not wrong, which is going to be a very interesting situation. Hopefully I end up sleeping right through to pretty much tea time tomorrow. It's very exciting. I'll get to wake up and find out what is going to be on the dinner plate But that one now is going to be Ernest van Renen. Sorry, I'm reading the wrong name. It is Abner van Renen, and he has been able to convert that one. So now the score is 13 to the Stormers, 17 to the Bulls. 2 tries for the Bulls in this one. If they want the bonus point, they will need to score 2 more times, which may be tough to do against these guys. Noe is off as well, says Bertie as well. So who is off? Is Paul de Vet on or off at the moment? Is that the name that I was messing up perhaps? But I believe at the moment is Zach Berger on the field, if I'm not wrong. But they have said that it was Willie Engelbrecht who has made his way onto the field as well, taken nicely there by Van Renen. And he seems to have one of those ones at the moment for this game that he either does something very well or he does something very badly. And there isn't really any in between as well. That was the man in the number 18 jersey, which for this one is, I believe it was for Shea as well. That one has been kicked downfield by Valimza. They are saying that he is going to be sending it high, the number 12, has it? Or sorry, the number 22, that is, which is going to be Christopher Smith for this one, taken nicely by Valimza. Very safe under a high ball there. The number 15 for the Stormers. Now it is going to be going into the hands of de Vet. Now it's Ethan Ruas. That man has been phenomenal throughout this match, and it's a penalty against him. I jinx every player I mention at the moment, unfortunately, in this situation, straight off the feet. So that is what the penalty was for. Yeah, let's go. Okay, apparently DHL have bought the naming rights to see Cape Town Stadium for 4 years. Only cost them 11 million rand, which I feel like with the conversion rate that we worked out a little bit earlier on, or was that a different type of currency? I feel like, what would that be in New Zealand dollars? I assume it would be quite a few, if I'm not wrong. Maybe around a million? No, maybe a little bit more. Maybe around 1.5 million, if I'm not wrong, which it could be. I feel like my conversions aren't too great when it comes to the exchange rate, but that is going to be another chance now for the Bulls. And that is a bit of a kick in the face for the Stormers. They were able to get that 3 just before, but unfortunately ends up in the situation. Christopher Smith now has got the opportunity to make it into a 7-point game once again, and that one has gone over from the man. So now the score is going to be 13 to the Stormers, 20 to the Bulls. And at this stage, couple early tries in this match. No tries being scored so far in the second half. I actually had 120 to the Bulls. We're not quite there yet, but I don't think we'll quite make it to that number by the end of this live stream. But I will mention before the end of this live stream, if you are enjoying, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel as well. It does mean a lot to us. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and we are getting closer and closer every single day. So if you want to help us out, please do. We have got plenty more rugby content coming in the future, including Super Rugby Trans-Tasman, and also hopefully the rest of the Rainbow Cup games as well. We're still on 8 likes, guys. Smash that like button, says Birdie as well. You're the man. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button. But now it is going to be fired back now. It is going to be Zach Berger who is going to be kicking this one high with the boot. And now it's going to be Valimza, though, taking it once again. I don't think he's dropped one throughout this match. And Ethan Ruas hasn't not made about 5 meters throughout this one. That one has bounced forward, but now it is in the hands of de Vet. Goes to Kitsoff on the halfway line now. Are the Stormers. They need to go 50 meters here, but they fight it back into the hands of Valimza. Decides to go himself. He had a man on him, though. And because of it now, it's gone into the hands of Van Renen, who goes himself now. He's running up the middle. Offload almost finding Pretorius. It's gone backwards. Everyone's dropping the ball at the moment. But the Bulls have managed to grab that one. And now they have got the possession. And now he has fired it back into the hands of it is Christopher Smith. Now let's kick that one downfield, got into the hands of Valimza now, who is firing at a high, very high. And it's going to be Sergio Peterson chasing this one hard. Now it is going to be a good tackle from Van der Merwe in that situation. Only just outside of the 22 at the moment. And it was a penalty now to the Stormers once again at the moment. Back and forth rugby between these two sides. Neither side willing to give an inch here. And because of it, do they take the 3 once again here? They are taking on the shot once again. It is going to be, once again, it will be Abner van Renen who will be taking on this kick now for the Stormers once again. And if he can get this one, then we're in the predicament once again. It's only going to be only a 4-point game as well. And this match, I feel like it's going to be as close as the Sharks versus Stormers match was as well. And that's one thing. I feel like the Stormers, they'll be able to take some positives out of the fact that it is going to be so close. But you don't really want to end up on the wrong end of that deal twice in a row, because of the fact that, unfortunately, if they do end up not winning this game, that's 2 from 2 that they have lost in the final moments of a game. But that one has been kicked by Van Reenen, has gone over. So now the score is 16 to the Stormers and 20 to the Bulls. Only 4 points difference. It's looking like the Super Rugby AU final between those two sides, the Brumbies and the Reds. The Brumbies were leading by only the 4 points. And then from there, the Reds were able to score in the 85th minute. So maybe that is on the cards in this match as well. It is going to be Christopher Smith kicking off this one. Has gone long and high. It's a big kick there, but taken nicely by Van Reenen. And he has kicked that one down the middle of the field. Doesn't find a touch. Straight down the middle. Goes to Christopher Smith now. He has got a good boot. Has kicked that one high. Is trying to chase this one. It's going to be taken. Is it? Yes, it is. And he has taken the mark there. It was Van Reenen. Now he has kicked that one. Not too happy with it, but he has managed to almost find touches. An awkward bouncing one. Gone way back infield. Now it is going to be Zach Berger going into the hands of, I believe it is the number 7 for the Bulls. Straight over that one with the Stormers, but they haven't quite been able to get that one for their side. It was going to be the fullback playing halfback in that one, David Creel. And now they have still got this ball about 30 metres out from their own line here, the Bulls. And they will be hoping that they won't end up losing or ending up giving away a penalty, I should say, because if they do, then all of a sudden you're in that predicament of it will only be a 1 point contest and anything can happen there. It is going to be Zach Berger firing it back now into the hands of Christopher Smith. He has got a long boot, like I mentioned, straight down the middle of the field. It's going to sit up nicely, almost for Valenza. A little bit of a fumble there, but he has got it in hand now. He is kicking it high. And I have to say, the way that he is playing, he has got in the situation of, he's patrolling that back area very nicely in the 22. Morning, Puss. It is currently sitting at 6 a.m. New Zealand time. A cat is awake now. He is excited for the last 12 minutes of this match, taken nicely there by it was Thumbway, who has already scored 2 tries in this match. Better Steph Totoy straight back to his feet, trying to get that one, but not quite able to. Now it is going to be, once again, the number 17. I'm sorry that I am referencing players with number 17 and whatnot, but I do struggle to say some of these replacements names, such as Inkopoka, who did come on the field. That is who just had the run. Zach Berger firing it high. Now it's going to be Thumbway trying to line it up with Valimza, taking it beautifully. Almost thought about going for the offload, perhaps should have there. But now it is going to be Scudder into Benny, who is going to be charging forward for the Stormers, just inside of their own half at the moment here, the Stormers. Now it is going to be Zach Berger. Sorry, it is DeVette, who was Paul DeVette, that is. They have got the advantage now on halfway. Now it's going to be a little kick in behind for Van Reenen. Has tried to find the man on the wing, and he has found Sergio Peterson, who has been dragged down on the tackle there by David Creel. Now it is going to be Pretorius playing halfback. Kits off now. Has got the ball 40 metres out from the Bulls line at the moment. Are the Stormers now? It's going to be quick hands forward pass there. Forward pass? No, they are going back for the advantage now. So because of it, it was a high shot. So they have got the penalty on the halfway line. 16-20 says Verdi as well. And also, you're unfair watching alone, says Gershwin Stander. Yeah, I did have a few friends earlier on for the Super Rugby at that live stream. But I've got my giant inflatable All Black. So I feel like other than the fact that he doesn't talk, it's still nice to have him here. And also, I'm not really watching alone because I have got all of you here in the chat as well. And there are currently 96 of you. So that is a huge number, and I do appreciate you all for being here. If you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It does mean a lot to us on the channel, and we are moving well and truly towards hitting that 2,000 subscribers. So if you want to help us out, please do. We have also got must say that Jake White really restored the Brumbies, or it was that must be Nick White. Really restored the Brumbies' fortunes. They remain more or less on top since he fixed up their structures as well. Oh, sorry, you are actually talking. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Nick White, the number 9 jersey, but Jake White in that one. And yeah, it's one of those ones. Super Rugby Trans-Tasman's going to be close, and it could be either a New Zealand and an Australian side in the final, or maybe in a weird and wonderful world, maybe 2 New Zealand sides or 2 Australian sides. That is the thing with Super Rugby Trans-Tasman. Anything can happen. And it's going to be starting up next week as well. But now the Stormers have got this ball just inside of the half of the Bulls. Fired back now into the hands of Valimza once again. Going for a bit of territory here. Trying to get it to bounce awkwardly, but it has set up nicely for David Creel. And Christopher Smith under a bit of pressure there, but has handled that one nicely. Kicked it into touch very nicely there. But now it is going to be the situation of about 12 metres inside of their own half here, the Bulls. And it is going to be the line-out throw of the Stormers as well. And I will ask the question once again in the chat. Who is going to be able to score the next try in this match? Do let me know Is it going to be the Bulls or is it going to be the Stormers? And if so, who in terms of the player is going to be able to do it? In terms, captain's challenge here for the Stormers by the looks of it, which is interesting because of the fact that they already had the line out. So they are going to be checking against the Bulls here. This could be a big moment, but Stephen Kitsoff trying to win the penalty here for a side. It is a tackle by number 21, which in this one is Zach Berger. I'm only kidding. You're doing a great job, bud. Was watching you from the kickoff as well, says Gershwin as well. So I do appreciate that, mate. And I feel like you may have slowly noticed over time. I feel like I'm starting to kind of pick up on who the players are. At the start, I had to look down every single time, but I think I'm now starting to manage to find the names kind of in the mind. And I feel like that's one of those ones that will stick for the next one as well, which is pretty awesome. And I'm hoping it will be next week as well. Or shoulder, I believe it is. And it wasn't the man in the number 21 jersey, I don't believe. It was the man in the number 20 jersey, which was in this one, Nassim Kar. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. But he was running hard there, and then he did end up a little bit of contact to the head. Is it enough to say that it is a clear and conclusive reason to give a penalty here? Because that is what it has to be. And I'm thinking, yeah, off the top of my head, penalty. Yep, that's direct contact, shoulder to the head. So that could even be red in this situation, which either way, if it's a yellow or a red, he won't be on the field for the rest of this match because we've only got a little bit of time left as well. We have got Stormers will score, says Ashkin Coloros. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly as well. And Bulls, and it will be Dwayne Van der Merwe. Oh, sorry, not Van der Merwe. Why have I forgotten his name? Vermeulen. I'm just listening. Little degree of danger, but it is direct contact. Yellow card against Nassim Kar here. Big moment late in this match now. It will be against the Bulls. And Bulls yellow card says Betty. It was indeed. Stormers will score, says Rodney as well. And Nassim Kar has come off the field now because of the yellow card. Unfortunately, his night is over. He was a replacement and he is already back off the field now for the rest of this match as well. Huge moment in this match now. We have also got, unfortunately, I have no faith in this team as well, says Carl Peterson. Although, with that ending up with Nassim Kar off the field, it means now they are only going to have 14 men for the rest of this match as well. And we have also got, Thinis has said for the Bulls to score the next try. Stormers will score a try and win as well. Bulls will take out the next wicket as well, says Gershwin. I think we're getting our sports mixed up a little bit there. But that's the thing. I love watching cricket as well, but I haven't really had a chance to because of how much rugby we've had on. But I'm not really complaining in that regard because we've had a lot of great games of rugby. And this one looks like it's going to go down to the wire once again. It is going to be taken nicely by it was Van Rijn. And now they are driving. Scudder into Benny has got the ball on the back of that rolling maul. The Stormers, are they going to be able to get over the line here? They are currently 15 metres out and they are driving hard at the line. They are still making metres, and until they stop moving, they are going to keep on driving. And it is going to be the question asked by the number 21, Paul de Vet there. A player is off the ground at the moment in that rolling maul. It's gone down now, and now it's going to be an advantage against the number 21, Zach Berger. Now it is going to be Pedersen firing it out into the hands of Valimsa. He's got Van der Merwe on his outside. He is a try-scoring machine. He almost did the splits there, Van der Merwe. But now it is going to be once again Paul de Vet going into the hands of the number 22, which is Cornell Smith for this one. They are only 5 out with the advantage in hand. Now it's going to be Kitsoff driving forward here. But it's been ripped away beautifully by the man in the number 2 jersey, the name who I was struggling with, which is Krabella, I believe it is, as Stormers will score a touchdown as well from Carl. And tell you what, the Stormers only 5 metres out here. Perhaps they've got a good chance. That is for sure. Because at this stage, they are going to be kicking for the corner by the looks of it. Only kicking it about half a metre, but it has gone into touch now. And it means now he was going to go. What's the point to the ref a little bit there, I think, because of the fact that he was so close. He wanted to throw it into touch more than likely. I think from there, they are having a team meeting now, the Stormers. At this stage, 17 penalties against the Bulls in this match. And it's one of those ones, if they do win this match, they would have been hanging on by a thread because you can't really afford to give away that many penalties in these games. I feel like it is risky if you do end up giving away, let alone 10, but 17 and a half, it is stolen though by the Bulls. It's an awkward bouncing one. He has put the ball down. That's taken back. So it is going to be a 5-meter scrum, but they didn't really have a choice there. So the Stormers now are going to have the 5-meter scrum. And once again, 6 minutes left in this match at the moment. I've never heard of a local derby in a Kiwi accent before, lol. You're matey as well from the Fearless Dave. Welcome to the Livestream I, yeah. And I feel like it's one of those ones, 6 a.m. here in New Zealand. I don't think any other Kiwi has been watching these Rainbow Cup games in the middle of the night while they are live. And that is something that I just love doing for these matches. And I feel like it's going to be worth it because this match is going to come down to the wire. Like most of these matches have been doing for the Rainbow Cup South Africa. These sides know how to put on a show. And that is exactly what they are doing here as well. We have also got the Stormers over, says Gershwin. So that is good news for you as well. Of course, it was mentioned a little bit earlier with the Storm. And that is a great push. And now they've got the advantage now. They have been told to use it. And it is a penalty now. And that is another one against the Bulls. And it was the number 20, I think, trying to hang on to that ball there. And now, are they going to go for the scrum or are they kicking it for touch? That's the big question. They have chosen the scrum. Of course, Kitsoff is the captain for this one. And they were having some pretty good scrums earlier on, winning penalties in them as well. So perhaps they want to keep on getting those penalty advantages because of the fact that they will be possibly able to get the penalty, then fire it out wide. And I'm thinking, if I had to predict here, I'm thinking Edwil van der Merwe to score the try for the Stormers here. Stormers storm forward as well, says Jacob Glass, and I like that. And maybe they will be able to storm forward in terms of the points as well on the board and maybe be able to get this win late in this match. Only 4 minutes left. My voice almost is gone, but it is well and truly worth it because I have thoroughly enjoyed this game. And I've thoroughly enjoyed chatting to you guys as well. Like I say, normally I could watch these games by myself, but having you guys all here in the chat just makes it that much better. And I just thoroughly enjoy it. The front row has gone down. They have been told to use it. They may still go out into the hands of Van der Merwe, although it is going to be Peterson, Sergio Peterson, charging forward. If they still got this ball, yes, they have 5 meters out. Is it going to be Edwil van der Merwe who gets this ball? Tell you what, he was flying up there, the number 6 for the Bulls. They have to keep on making their tackles. They need to make sure they stay on side because as soon as they've got that penalty advantage, they are going for something like a cross kick or something along those lines. Now it is going to be the number 20 once again, having a big run. That is Willie Engelbrecht in that one. I feel like I slaughtered that name. Oh, it's dropped by Valimza, but it's gone backwards. And well, Van der Merwe grabs that one. He's not allowed to play that ball because he is on the ground there. So now we are in that predicament. Now it's going to be Van Rennen once again. Only 3 minutes left. It's been stolen in the breakdown, though, by the Bulls. Can they hang on for 3 minutes here? That's a big question at the moment. And I feel like they will be possibly kicking this one. And it is Cornell Hendricks, someone who we haven't really seen have a run since the first half. That one has been kicked into touch by the man in the number 11 jersey for this match, Stravino, I believe it is. Or Stravino, sorry. And we have also got Stormers pushing for another yellow card for the Bulls, says John the B. 1, 2, 3, they are indeed. And that was what they were hoping for, but stolen in the end by the Bulls. They are fighting for this win here. They want to be able to make sure that they are the side getting their second win of the competition, trying to keep up with the Sharks who are in first at the moment. Also, the bonus point for the Sharks as well. It's going to be a close finish in this match. That is for sure. Match stats at the moment, 121 tackles for the Bulls, 107 made by the Stormers. Tackles missed. The Stormers have missed more, though, with 23. That one has gone down there. And now it's going to be Scudder into Benny, who has got the ball on the 22-meter line. Now it is going to be Efan Ruiz, who is driving forward for the Stormers. And they are only 2 minutes away from full time here. It is going to be Fuldervet goes into the hands of Willie Engelbrecht once again. Who has tackled now? It's going to be Peter Steftotoy. Around the side, he's going. Peter Steftotoy. I couldn't get the name out. But Peter Steftotoy trying to go with the offload on the inside. Didn't work out. And now the Bulls have got this ball back. Now they are firing it back. It is going to be Christopher Smith. And he has got a big boot. And he fires it back and it hasn't gone out either. And that one is taken by Sergio Peterson inside of his own half. Now they've got to go 50 meters here for the Stormers if they want to win this one. Hit hard in that tackle as well. Now it is going to be Paul DeVet going into the hands of Kitsoff. Fires it back now. Van Rennen goes into the hands of Pretorius. Offloads it on the inside. And it is a knock on by Efan Ruiz. Unfortunately, he hasn't really put a foot wrong throughout this whole match. But that is one of those moments that unfortunately could cost the Stormers the game here, sitting at 78 minutes, 45 seconds so far. We have also got Bulls going to nail it from Colin. We have also got Stormers can't score. It's over, says Carl. And we have also got, come on, Stormers, from Leon Adams. We've got, sounds like Stormers are tired, says Juice Win. And something I will mention, they are checking something for foul play. And I may actually, okay, it's not the leading elbow that I thought it was. I thought a tackle was slightly with the shoulder a little bit earlier on, but they are checking possibly an elbow to the throat, which would reverse this penalty and would end up with the Stormers having the opportunity there. But they are saying perhaps that it was the number 11 there, which in this one was, it was Stravino Jacobs, who did end up giving the elbow possibly to the neck of Valimza. This is a big moment in the game, and if it is a penalty, it's only 5 meters out from the line for the Stormers. If it does get reversed, I don't think there's anything in that. I don't know whether it's enough. They have to have it as conclusive evidence for it to be able to be in the situation. It was the flat hand, a little bit of a fend as well, but I don't think it will be enough to rule a penalty for the Stormers 5 meters out. Evan Van Reenen, what are you doing, my guy, says Carl Peterson as well. Yeah, like I said earlier on, he's had moments in this game where he's looked great, and then other moments where it hasn't quite been going his way. And we have also got in there Go Bulls, says Thinnis Janssen, and also Go Bulls, says Juice Win, and PSTD giving the Bulls PTSD as well. Says Peter Steftatoy, that is, giving the Bulls PTSD as well, says a fearless Dave. Okay, it's not a leading arm, and because of it, it means that 1:10 left in this match. It is going to be the scrum feed of the Bulls, and they have only got the minute left in this one. The scrum of the Stormers, it's been strong throughout this match. They need to make sure it is strong once again if they do want to win this match. And they are going to have to travel about 50 meters as well while they are at it. So that, and Stephen Kitsoff just gives the nod, says, yeah, he understands that. And he has, I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with his captaincy. Like some captains would try and go like, oh, what are you talking about? This would be that, check that. But he just kind of goes, okay, you've looked at it, it's fine. And we will now try and win the scrum for our side. And at the moment now, it is going to be Paul de Vet. No, it's not. It's going to be Zach Berger feeding this ball into the scrum at the moment, 50 meters out from the line. They will be kicking this one into touch after maybe 1 or 2 hit-ups in this situation. If they do get this ball, thanks for the stream. Keep grinding, Kiwi lads, says Carl as well. And I do appreciate you guys being here for pretty much all of this live stream as well. The Fearless Dave has said amen to that, Carl, as well. And yeah, I feel like, yeah, it's quite a lot of fun doing a South African game as well. I am used to doing the Super Rugby Aotearoa and Super Rugby AU, but I love watching South African rugby as well. That's a great push from the Stormers. Wasn't enough. No, there's going to be a scrum reset, and that kind of works against the Stormers here, which means now there's only going to be 30 seconds left, which means now, unless the Stormers can win this penalty, win this penalty in the scrum or get this ball for their side in the scrum, they will be losing by 4 points, which is a couple less points than they lost by the last time for round 1 of Super Rugby, not Super Rugby, Rainbow Cup South Africa. I had a shocker there with that sentence, but we are at the situation of 80 minutes gone. All they need is to be able to get this ball out the back of the scrum, and then they are going to be winning this match 20 points to 16. But at the moment, well done, Bulls, says Birdie as well. It is going to be Zach Berger feeding this one in. The front row's gone down, and it's a penalty to the Stormers. This match isn't over yet. I didn't see that coming. I thought that for sure they were going to be able to get this one out, but I mentioned about the scrum of the Stormers being the strongest scrum throughout this match. But now the Bulls at this stage have got one last chance, but they need to win this line out now. We are up to 81 minutes in this match currently. As soon as the Bulls get this ball, it will be the end of this match as well. There is a conference going on at the moment. Total lineouts, the Stormers have had 21 lineouts. They've won 17 of them. That's a huge number to have throughout a game of rugby. 80 minutes. We've also had a lot of scrums as well throughout this match. But now it is going to be Scudder into Benny, who is firing that one to the back. It's been stolen, though, by the Bulls. And you just got to kick that ball out. He's fired it back there into the hands of the number 11. And that is the win for the Bulls, getting the win over the Stormers, 20 points to 16. What a game of rugby to be witnessing at 6 a.m. here in New Zealand. No regrets at all I have absolutely loved watching it with you guys. And also, yeah, it's been a great game of rugby to watch. And hopefully that will continue throughout the Rainbow Cup South Africa competition because of the fact there are some great games of rugby on at the moment. Whether it is Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere, Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, you name it, we have got a whole heap of rugby on all around the world, but the Bulls able to get this win 20-16. The 2 tries in this match for the Bulls being scored, both by Madosh Tamboy as well. 16th minute, 43rd minute of the first half as well. And then a yellow card to Stephen Kitsoff was what almost you could say it led to the opportunity of being able to get that try in the 43rd. Then the try for the Stormers was scored by Ethan Ruas, who played a very good game of rugby as well. Well done, guys. Thank you, bud, as well, says Josh Win. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. I think I say that for pretty much every name, but hopefully I am on the right track for those pronunciations. Bulls says Ari as well. Well done, Bulls. Yes, as well from Bertie. And we have also got Bulls says Ari. Thanks for the stream, mate, says John the B. 1, 2, 3. And I do thank you all once again for being here. These streams just aren't the same without you guys here. So if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be back next week with some more rugby. And it is going to be the Rainbow Cup once again, South Africa. Also, Super Rugby Trans-Tasman kicking off for New Zealand and Australia. Very exciting stuff. Thanks, bud. You're a legend, says the fearless Dave. And yeah, thank you very much for that as well, mate. Back at you. We have Oscar Ari. Thank you, friend. And yeah, I just love doing these, to be fair. Even though we are sitting at the stage of 6:15 a.m. New Zealand time. No regrets at all. Like I said, great game of rugby we watched. Great game, says Anthony. Was indeed. And that's the thing. These games have been so close for the Rainbow Cup South Africa. The Stormers, you got to feel bad for them, though, because of the fact that they were in the situation of losing 2 games by only 4 points, and I think 1 or 2 points the last time they played as well. We have got, thank you for your awesome stream, bud. Well done to you. You're a legend as well, says Betty. And please go and sleep now. Yeah, I feel like that is certainly on the cards, unless we end up doing a post-match review, which may be also on the cards, but that will only be for about 15 minutes or so. And then it will be sleep time for this Kiwi. And then we will be heading into, I don't think there's any rugby on tomorrow, which I feel like is possibly a good thing. Or today, I guess I should say, at 6:17 a.m., but there's plenty on next weekend as well. So yeah, we will be back with plenty more live streams, plenty more rugby challenge on the channel as well, and just all of that good stuff to do with rugby. Thank you for your time. Take care. Have a good week, says 11J said. And thank you very much for tuning in as well, mate. And we have also got Thanos Janssen has said, thanks for the stream. You are awesome. Well done to the Bulls as well. Yeah, well played to the men who were wearing the white away from home in this one at Cape Town Stadium, able to get the win. And now that makes the table very interesting. At the moment, the Sharks sitting on 2 wins at the moment. I'm just going to have a quick look at my phone to see the fixtures for next week, because if I'm not wrong, we must be getting close to the fact that next week should be the Sharks versus the Bulls, the 2 sides who haven't lost a game yet. I am going to just quickly check the time that game is going to be taking place in New Zealand. Yeah, do let me know who you think was man of the match in that one as well. And that's the thing, Connacht versus Leinster is kicking off in 16 minutes. There's no way I am going to be doing that one as well. Well done, Bulls, says Bertie. And yeah, we look at round 3, and it is going to be the Lions versus Stormers as one match involved, which is going to be taking place on Sunday morning. So the same kind of time as this game, I believe it is. And then also the Bulls versus the Sharks. It is going to be on Sunday, 4:15 a.m., another late start, but it will be a very exciting matchup. Bulls versus Sharks, the 2 sides who are undefeated so far in the Rainbow Cup South Africa. Exciting stuff. And yeah, absolutely loving the fact that we have got so much rugby on. Man of the match went to Abnan van Rennen as well, says Carl. And yeah, unfortunately for the man, just not quite his day in the Stormers number 10 jersey. But he'll be back. And unfortunately, it's one of those ones he'll have to be back because of the fact that they haven't really got, I'm not sure how many replacement 10s they've got, but they did lose Cade Vorhata, which was a big hit to them because he was playing some pretty good rugby up until the point that he got injured up against the Sharks last week. You have an awesome Sunday. We are going to bed now here in South Africa. And of course, No, we're not quite there, but it will be Mother's Day actually here at the moment for for New Zealand, which is pretty awesome. So I did say at about 12:05 a.m. It was right as we ticked over to the new day. I did shout out my mum, said Happy Mother's Day to her as well. So I'm not sure whether South Africa, do you guys have Mother's Day on the same day as us, possibly? Or is it a different day of the year? Do let me know. We have also got in the chat, he has to be back. There's no fly half, so he has no choice as well, says Carl Peterson. And yeah, next week up against the Lions. That could be an interesting match. The Lions playing very well up against the playing very well up against the Sharks as well. Tim Swell as well says 11J said Tim Swell is injured as well, says Carl. So yeah, a lot of injuries, unfortunately, for the South African sides as well. We've had that situation with Super Rugby Aotearoa. Unfortunately, yeah, the likes of the Highlanders, they've lost about 15 players to injury. The Chiefs about 10. And we've lost the likes of Sam Cane, Artie Savia, Quinton Pyer, and also just a whole heap of other players to injury. Yes, it's Mother's Day, says Gershwin. So yeah, thank you all very much for tuning in. Also, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I'm not sure whether we've got any mothers who are watching, but be sure to send your mothers a nice message as well. Maybe go see them if you are allowed to, of course, depending on restrictions and whatnot. Depending on where you are around the world, we have got people from all around the world who do tune in to these live streams. But yeah, be sure to wish your mother a happy Mother's Day. Warwick Gallant must still make a return as well, says Carl Peterson, and he's an exciting player who I would be looking forward to seeing in the future as well. But yeah, nonetheless, I think that is going to be the end of this live stream. 6:21 a.m. New Zealand time. We'll be calling it for the night. But yeah, thank you all very much for tuning in. Appreciate you all being here, and I will see you all for the next one. I missed the button and I realized I'm not actually open on the tab that ends the live stream. So one moment, please, ladies and gentlemen, just right at the end of this one. Come on, Stormers, says Ivan. And yeah, hopefully they will be able to have that comeback performance up against the Lions next week. That is going to be the opening game, I believe, if I'm not wrong, for the Rainbow Cup South Africa as well. We've got thanks, take care from 11J said, right back at you, mate. And yeah, thank you all very much for tuning in. I found the button that does end the stream. And I will see you all for the next one.